forget.
Subs already?
Yeah, we've got a lot of donations already.
Wraith.
And we are live on Twitch. Thank you.
Wraith should get like a special name because she donates subs like every time I see them in the stream.
Oh yes, thank you for that and donations so far for Crittercon 5.
She just donated a sub to me. I'm in the stream. Oh, Wraith, you're out of control.
We're going to call you the submarine captain.
She must be stopped.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to Crittercon 5 Saturday night game. Benefiting Doctors Without Borders. We did not come to a conclusion last night whether the doctors want borders or want to remain borderless. Either way, the money helps them do so. In reality, not the fiction of Crittercon, the money goes to buy medical supplies, sending doctors all around the world where they are needed in health crises. It is an international organization out of France. Its name is Médecins Sans Frontières. We appreciate every dollar donated. Not a single one goes to waste because it is all 100% through the donation portal to DWB, Doctors Without Borders. So yeah, don't feel guilty. You can donate tonight to the stream, and our friend Jason's going to talk about that in just one moment. But we also have like a ton of items that you can donate towards in prize pools, and we're going to do a random drawing Sunday, May 1st, after 6 p.m. to get some winners. And one of the things you can win is what we are doing here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have a copy handy, Jason, but
yeah. I have it open though, so let me click it up.
This is what we are
cool.
playing here tonight. This Compleat Breakfast.
Sure, this is free as a PDF that you can get and print up for yourself. But why not donate to a great cause and try to win one of these, plus a deck of cards you need to play?
Yes.
With the Compleat Breakfast logo on it. Oh, isn't that
Look
lovely?
at that.
This is an extremely limited run of...
There's that too. These are going to be collector's items.
Of cards and books.
Yeah.
But these two things are all you need to start playing with your friends immediately, right? Just
immediately.
One thing of cards.
As we just saw earlier, it takes like 10 minutes to make a character, if that. I mean, the hardest part is coming up with a name and a type of cereal.
Folks did it in the interim here. Yes.
Depending on how long you spend drawing the art for your character.
It's true.
Maybe a couple months.
If you want to draw your character, it might take a couple extra weeks. But the mechanics of the game are simple. We'll see. Well, simple enough, I think. We'll find out how simple as we play tonight.
Yeah. I just saw the cover and the title, and I immediately messaged you, Jason. I was like, "Oh, can we please play this at Crittercon 5?"
I was hoping that you would say that
please.
because I enjoy running this. I've run it a couple times now with the Ferocity. Did a lot of playtesting, and it's something I started last summer. But it is kind of a hack of an older game of mine that uses a tarot deck that is completely out of print.
I'm glad I got my copy.
Fine. I might have sent you that copy a while back, but but it's much simplified in terms of the character creation and the way things go. But I figured why not? I have this weird compulsion to make games about stuff. I get mascots and broken down amusement parks and other things, and I don't know what's wrong with me. But here we are.
I mean, you cater to everything that I love, so I'm not going to complain.
I guess
I was about to say we don't know what's wrong with you either, but I hope it keep happening. I hope it keeps.
I know. Yeah.
You won't believe this, but Tyler from Cosmic Crit just gifted me a sub.
I know. Can you imagine? You're so lucky.
Crazy.
You're so
amazing.
Lucky. Right. So welcome to Crittercon 5, Jason Keeley. Welcome back, and thank you so much for agreeing to. Well, I know you didn't make the game just for Crittercon 5, but thank you for agreeing to GM it here for us tonight.
I'm hoping, people will like it. Thank you for having me because, I don't have 100 other things I have to be doing.
You have tons of free time.
I love it. I have tons of free time. I mean, I was playing a video game earlier today, so it's fine.
It was either this or we're gonna force you to do more author tables because people like when you GM for them at the convention.
Oh yeah, that was fun. But this is in a weird way a little more relaxing because it's my own game and of my own creation, and I can just go off the rails whenever I want.
Oh, we got some fans in the chat saying you're the best GM ever,
or a sadist from what they hear,
or both. Well, why can't you be both?
It's a little bit of both. I have done some character deaths that I'm not proud of, and I feel bad about it to this very day.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through. We've got the entire Cosmic Crit family here together playing for the first time in a couple of Crittercons, which I'm very excited about. And I don't know, should we start talking about the games? Or do you guys want to get to introducing characters? I am not going to be playing tonight. I am running the stream and calling out your donations. So
I have a sort of a scene set aside for character introductions to one another. So let's do just talking about the game itself a little bit.
Yeah, please do.
Sure thing. This Compleat Breakfast is a game about cereal mascots. Set in a kind of pseudo Roger Rabbit-esque world where the cereal mascots are real and live and maybe partially cartoons or not. When you see a picture on a cereal box or watch a commercial on TV, those are the actual mascots in those things. It's a set, and it's, again, like most of the things I apparently do, it's set in a sort of a nebulous 90s-ish time. I guess I'm trying to regain a little bit of my childhood or adolescence at that point, I would say. And so, but in terms of like that kind of thing, and we're gonna say anything goes. When you make, everyone will have there's a character sheet. It's got a couple stats. Those stats are, of course, Crackle, Pop, and Snap. You're gonna have some lucky charms on your character sheet. You're gonna have some prizes out of your cereal boxes. But intentionally, this whole thing is played with a regular deck of playing cards, a single regular deck of playing cards for the entire table. And when a character wants to do something, we don't have this. Unfortunately, last year we did Roll20 and we did all the rolls for us, but I couldn't figure quite how to do this with the this kind of thing electronically. So I'll be drawing the cards, but in general, the players will be touching the cards to draw from them. The GM will not be drawing for the bad guys at any time, so it's all player sort of oriented. When they want to do something on their Crackle, for instance, that is their intelligence. The pop is sort of their strength, and Snap is your quickness, basically. And if they want to do something that corresponds to one of those three stats, we draw a card. And then we look at the card, and we compare the number to the stat. If it is equal to or less than, that is basically a success. And then we look at the suit, and some suits are lucky for some characters and some are not for other characters. If it is a lucky suit for them, it's a sort of a normal success. If it's an unlucky suit, it's a kind of a middling success. And then if a face card comes up, that is either going to be a critical failure or a critical success. So everyone has 6 out of the 12 face cards sort of circled on their sheet. A circled face card is lucky for them. If they draw that, they get basically a critical success, and they get to keep the card is what's known as a box top, and I'll get to what that means in a minute. If it's a critical failure, they're going to get bruised or wounded, or something bad's going to happen for the rest of the scene. It's not going to be, but like cartoon mascots, they're going to bounce back up pretty quickly. If you want to spend and I'll sort of keep track of who's got what there, when you want to spend a box top, you just tell me you want to spend it, and then you draw 2 cards and take the better of the 2. So if this one's end up being, if it might be a good for you, not good for your stat, but this one is a critical success, this king, take that critical success, and you can sort of maybe even sort of use that as a box top later on, sort of a little bit of a snowball. If there's a sort of a bad thing that's happened to you because of a critical failure, you're going to have what's called a soggy double draw, which means you take 2 cards and draw 2 cards, take the worst of the 2, which still could be a success if you get lucky. But the players are not at the complete whims and mercies of random chance of the deck. Everyone's got a couple prizes out of their cereal boxes that they can use once per session, unless you donate, which I'll get to in a minute. And those prizes let you manipulate the deck. Say, find a couple aces out of the draw pile and put them up at the top 5. Take two suits that are take 2 face cards that are very lucky for you, put them in the top 5. Take 2 10s out of here because 10s are no good for anybody. Stats only go up to about 8. Right. And take them out and put them in the discard pile, that sort of thing. They all know what they want to, and I think if you're on the stream right now, if you want to show a little bit of this, I can show the prize rules once more to everybody. These are the prizes: bike reflectors, finger puppets, kazoos, and temporary tattoos. Everything you used to love getting out of the cereal box when you were a kid. Now let's talk about donations for tonight. Oh boy, look at that. There's already a list of things donated. If you donate $5 to the stream tonight, you can choose a player and they will regain a use of one of their prizes. Normally, prizes are only usable once per session. So you want to help them out, and then they can use it at a later date. If you donate $10, you can choose a player, and then their next draw will be a double draw, regardless of whether or not they spend a box top. They'll just get 2 cards and take the better of the 2. It's excellent. If you donate the big whopper $30, you can choose one of our lovely players and name a card. That card will be the card that they draw for the next thing that they do. Whether or not, actually, at that point, if you want to spend $30, you can really mess someone up by picking a 10 of spades, for instance.
Oh, don't do it.
But don't do that. Draw something that's good for them, because I think there may have been was one donation to me that's been already, and I think at some point I'm going to use that to turn someone's draw into a soggy double draw just to mess them up, basically. Those are the rules in real brief. Are we ready to begin?
Yeah, no dice. Who needs
no
dice?
It's all cards. I'm sort of fiddling and shuffling with these, but once this gets live, I'm not going to touch them again.
This is my game. I don't have to roll dice. This is my game.
Well,
You can still get very unlucky, Tyler.
A random engine.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, Jason. This is where it all turns around for me.
Oh,
I don't have to roll anything.
Nothing but tens from here on out.
To call out, we got to $3,500 so far in the con. I would love to get to 4K tonight.
Let's do it.
I will call them out. Feel free to put it in the Twitch chat if you donated. I'll definitely see it there. We already have a lot of the 2 draws and things from Hindale's Wraith. Thank you so much. And the players have those. Just tell me when you want to use them, and I'll mark it down.
Cyber Hero, if someone donates $30, then we can give me the Spoon of Fates. I'll go get my fanciest spoon in the house, and that will be the Spoon of Fates. And Jason can tell me it'll be a negative. It'll be a negative, but yeah, thank you.
Spoon. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah,
All right, let's begin. The 6 of you are cereal mascots of from various types of cereals and some various shapes and sizes, which we'll get to in a moment. But each of you has recently received an invitation in the mail. Oops, let me show that to everybody right now. It's from the Greater Boston Brand Representation Awards. And due to your excellence in mascotry, you have been cordially invited to attend the Greater Boston Brand Representation Awards held in downtown Morbid, Massachusetts. Please find enclosed a plane ticket and an itinerary. Typo there. We look forward to seeing you. Signed, the Greater Boston Brand Representation Awards Board. And in that, there's a plane ticket there that says sending you to Boston, and in a sort of an itinerary that you'll be picked up at the airport and driven to downtown Morbid, Massachusetts. And so you do. I'm not even going to ask you if you do or not. You did because otherwise you're not playing this game. You get on the planes, and maybe there's a couple other mascots on the plane, maybe not necessarily these, but you flying is not necessarily a strange thing. Maybe some people recognize from your cereal, depending on how well known or well liked your cereal is. But for the most part, maybe you're flying with maybe some shades and a little trench coat on because you don't want the notoriety. But you get to Boston. You land at the Logan International Airport, and waiting there, sort of after you've picked up your luggage, if you happen to have any. I don't know. Some of you might not even have clothes. I don't know. We'll see. And waiting there at the sort of luggage pickup is a very tall, very gaunt, pale-faced lurch of a fella, holding up a sign with your name on it. As you approach him and let him know, he kind of nods and escorts you outside. Sort of, maybe this is all sort of happening in a montage, basically. One at a time to a kind of beat up but large van, almost like a miniature school bus sized van. Let's go randomly here to Drew. You're the first one who shows up.
Of course I'm first.
Yeah. So let's talk about let's get a little introduction to your character, your mascot, and your cereal.
I'm O-Dog, a 90s rebrand of a fancy 80s cereal, but don't mess up my skates, bro.
Here's the
Terrific.
art
You head up. Do you have skates on right now? Are you
course.
rollerblading everywhere? Okay, so
They
you're
tried to get me
rollerblading
to take them
everywhere
off
you go.
before I got on the plane, but nah, bro.
You the large gentleman who has not introduced himself, he's not said a word, leads you to the bus and sort of gestures for you to go inside. He puts your luggage sort of underneath it. Sitting on the bus, there's already someone there. It is a spoon, a silver spoon about the size of a person, maybe about 5 feet. And I'll give you this old, but he's got a fancy bow tie on. It might be a spoon of fates. He's got a fancy bow tie on and a real fancy mustache. And as he steps, as you step onto the bus, he kind of, I guess, gives you a little bit of a nod forward and says, "Oh, so I see another one of us has arrived. A pleasure to meet you, good sir. My name is Bolesworth. You might be familiar with my cereal, Luxurios. But please, come in, have a seat, and sit down, and perhaps you can tell me all about yourself."
Don't mind if I do, bro. My name's O-Dog. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure indeed, sir. A pleasure. Let's see, who's next? Let's go with Seth. I'm gonna go clockwise around the screen that I have, or counterclockwise on the screen I have in front of me.
All right. I am WT, the weasel of the super popular and well-loved cereal called Weasel Tracks, where all the little bits look like weasel paw prints.
Cute.
He's energetic, and he's got he smiles, and he loves to give you facts about weasels.
Oh boy. Do you have, I mean, you know, you've got Lurch there with his little sign that says WT, greeting you at the airport and taking you to the bus. Do you bombard him with weasel facts along the way?
Yeah. You're like, "Hi there, I'm WT. Did you know that weasels live in Britain, Western Europe, the Mediterranean, North Africa, North America, Asia, and New Zealand? But I'm right here, ready to go."
He gestures for you to get onto the bus, where you see Bolesworth the spoon and O-Dog. Almost. Oh, so and you're about a size of a human too? Or you maybe smaller, shorter, only 3 feet, size of an actual weasel?
No, he's, you know, like let's go with like 3.5 feet tall, like
Sure.
roughly, like Sonic the Hedgehog size for those who know.
Right.
In the know.
In the know. So in walks this weasel. A weasel walks onto a bus. That's the punchline and the joke. Jabert, let's talk about your character.
Yeah. Floating through the baggage claim area is just sort of bouncing along is a trumpet with no arms and legs, who bebops right up to this unmarked van and looks around and says, "Oh boy, toot toot, I can't wait to get inside this van. I like that it has no windows." And I climb inside.
What is your mascot's name?
My name is Fruit Toots.
Of course, Fruit Toots.
I'm Fruit Toots. I'm named after my cereal, Fruit Toots.
Fruit Toots cereal.
That's right. I probably have a different name, but I don't know that. They didn't tell me. They just told me the name of my cereal, Fruit Toots.
Terrific. So far on the bus, we have a spoon, a radical kid on rollerblades, a weasel, and a floating trumpet.
Toot toot.
Toot toot. Let's move on to Rebecca.
Can we get two toots in the chat? 2 toots in the chat.
2 toots.
All right, so Maya is a 6 foot tall snow leopard and walks up to the man holding her name on a sign and says, "Yes, it was a lovely flight. Thank you for asking. They only fly me first class all the way from Oregon."
Someone's going to get along with Bolesworth.
Yes, I think we will get along very well.
He takes. How many bags do you have with you?
She has I think she has just a dainty carry-on
Okay.
in a sleek
nice.
black, and she has cat-eye glasses on to conceal her identity because she is surely very famous. I mean, she assumes, because how could you not love Alpine Crisp? It's deliciously sweet and cinnamon sugary apple flavor, and all made from organic let's see, what did I say? Organically grown and ethically sourced barley and oats. So, I'm kind of a big deal.
Alpine, you're kind of a big deal. Alpine Crisp probably on the forefront of that organically sourced in this nebulous 90s time.
It's a top shelf cereal, and by that I mean it is on the top shelf of the grocery store.
It is basically the exact opposite of Weasel Tracks, which has been described as cardboard from a musty cellar.
Oh, good Lord.
Man's made
indeed.
of corn.
As you get on the bus, Bolesworth does sort of like stand up from his seat. It's weird. It's not sure that he's bending or not when he sits down. He is just a spoon after all. And says, Miss Maya, if I do may say myself, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
If there's anything I can do for you on this particular trip, please do not hesitate to ask me. Of course, I am here on the behalf of the Greater Boston Brand Representation Awards Board, but I was invited just like yourself. But again, if anything I can do for any of you, please don't hesitate to ask.
Please take my bag. Put it up on
course.
top of the shelf.
Yes, there's a
Thank you.
little bit of a luggage rack there, and he just sort of somehow, again, he also doesn't have arms or legs. He's a spoon, but yet he's able to take the bag with him. Cartoon rules.
He scoops it up, right? He scoops it in his.
He scoops it up.
Right?
There you go. He scoops up with his spoon head and flings it up onto the thing. We're gonna go on to Tyler.
Oh, the name is Captain Citron Zest, and I am the mascot for Buccaneer Bites. And I am afraid I am not very popular, as I consist only of limes and lemons in a bowl with no milk or any other liquid, as it is not capable of surviving the seafaring voyage that I have to endure. But kids, scurvy will rot you from the inside out, so make sure you eats the Buccaneer Bites. Keep it real. Keep it anti-scurvy.
So
do us
is,
all-
it
Real keen
literally,
appealed.
is it literally lemons and limes in a box?
I didn't even peel them, mate. They're just full lemons and limes.
Not even like a Kix corn. There's lemons and limes. Also, do everyone a favor and explain what your mascot looks like, because it is wild.
Oh,
They can see it on stream too.
They can
but
see it, but I want him to explain it. I want him to
our
explain
listening
himself.
audience, maybe they don't understand
Yes.
what they're seeing.
the captain is indeed a ship's wheel with 2 peg legs, a fancy hat, limes for hands, and a hook on the end of one of them.
Terrific.
And if any of ye at any point are feeling scurvy-ish, I brought a bag of lemons. So just ask for a bite.
I think it's worth pointing out to the chat that a certain someone tried really hard to veto this design. Like really hard.
Someone really did not like what I came up with as an idea. We can
It is
guess
bonkers.
who.
Tyler, I just generally hate every idea you come up with first. I try to reject the first 2 out of hand. But I was like, this is for a single stream, right? We're probably gonna be all
I
right.
have to commend Seth though for taking that description and actually making art that
Making something
amazingly
I'm
works.
gonna
sounded
raise my
awesome.
hand. I have had to keep my mic muted because I've been laughing too loudly.
Double
Dying.
Dash says this stream is gonna give me nightmares. I agree.
Good job,
I
yeah.
agree.
I have
Did you wait?
I have known about this design for
Wraith says it's hilarious and terrifying. Yep, agree. Hard agree.
Agreed. Agree.
Nightmares do be a side effect of scurvy, so reach for a lemon there, Doge.
Oh boy.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Whew. Let's move on to Miles.
Yep. Follow that up, Miles.
Sorry, Miles. I didn't know it was going to be that.
It's gonna be big when you cut to Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler, who, I don't know. We haven't talked about. He's wearing 2 eye patches right now.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Tyler dressed up. I thought I was just being festive enough by having a cereal themed T-shirt, and apparently Tyler just sought to one up everyone tonight.
Yeah.
So in walks after the wheel.
Yes. After the ship's wheel.
Is a hyperactive, if misplaced vampire. Fango is an attempted brand refresh of a beloved 70s and early 80s cereal, Frosted Fangs, where he was known as the Cocoa Count. The Count was brought back to the mid to late 90s as part of a misguided attempt to appeal to teenagers. This cereal is pushed as an evening snack to young adults, often in like those, you know how like every commercial had like these cool sleepovers that teens didn't do?
Yeah.
To kind of make for a cereal for dinner or late night snack, and to push that kind of staying up all night long, they added marshmallows that had a dose of caffeine in them, so the fun would last all night. The Count was intended to be really cool, and they kind of made him designed as someone who might have been cool 10 years prior. And they took one thing, or they failed to take one thing into consideration, and that was updating his voice. So he still talks like this.
Very good.
So he still thinks he's the coolest guy in the room. He's always kind of trying to be very cool, but very evil. And unfortunately, he's not.
Terrific. The driver shows you onto the bus. And there's a bit of a moment where probably like, him and his kind of cadaverous form and your vampire sensibilities sort of match up just very briefly. But you are wearing, like, I guess, blue jeans and a cool leather jacket. So there's a slight mismatch
also my
there.
cape.
It's also a cape, indeed. Is it a leather cape?
It's chocolate leather.
Oh, chocolate leather.
Chocolate leather.
Whatever that means. And he shows you onto the bus. You're not necessarily beholden to all the other vampire rules that they normally, like, you can go out in the daytime, right? There's nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, it's
holding you
kind of it's as nebulous as Count Chocula was. He just seemed to
That makes
want
sense.
chocolate.
Sure, right.
So I don't think it plays by like Count Duckula rules.
Fair enough. Okay. So you're on the bus, and then the driver steps down and heads back into the airport, and it is 15 minutes, 20 minutes later when he comes back with a dolly with this trunk of a suitcase pulling behind him, and just barely you can see that there's someone sort of flitting around his head. And I will show you this final mascot here. This is a tiny pink gumball, the size of a gumball, with sort of butterfly fairy wings and a little crown on, and she is flitting around his head. And as the two of them get closer to the bus, you can hear her high-pitched sort of Kristen Chenoweth / Tara Strong kind of voice saying basically, now watch it there, Lurch. I don't want you digging up my bleeping suitcase. And she basically, he just sort of like does the sort of and puts her hefty suit, which is obviously like orders of magnitude larger than she is, into the sort of that space underneath the bus. And then she flits on and just sort of looks at the lot of you and just goes, ugh, look at these losers. And just sort of hovers in midair, just sort of in the front of the bus as Lurch gets on in the driver's seat, starts the bus up, and begins driving away from the airport. It's sort of like early or so late morning at this point, but you're on the road for quite some time, driving out of Boston. You got out of the Boston area. You're driving kind of northeast-ish. You find yourself noticing that you're along the coastline. As it gets closer to the mid-afternoon. And because the roads get kind of winding and twisty, and you seem to be getting close to a like cliff sides practically, and in a way that the off to the one side of the bus, the cliffs lead down into the Atlantic, right, and on the other side of the bus, the cliffs are sort of rising up a bit, and there is a just clear that you're going very far out of the way in a lot of ways. It's not you're not necessarily traveling to any kind of like major city or what have you, and as you sort of crest a rise, you can see that still probably a couple miles away, but sort of nestled into this coastline is this sort of seaside village. Not super huge, not a whole lot of tall buildings, definitely some boats in the docks, and almost from here you can actually pretty much tell that this is the only road into town. And as you pass a sort of sign, sort of faded with a little bit of a 50s aesthetic to it, that says it's always a good morning in Morbid Myth, with and actually literally it's sort of an illustration of a very 50s looking man kind of like holding up a bowl of cereal and kind of like smiling and maybe about to take a bite. There's a sudden crash and a rumble as the boulders sort of start raining down above from the cliff to one side of the bus and smash in, just barely hitting the bus right in the back, and the bus goes spinning off the road into heading up in sort of this ditch that almost is off a cliff at this point. And so it's like everyone's maybe getting flung about, luggage is getting flung about and whatnot. And this is when we're going to have everyone draw once to sort of test how this is all going to work for everybody. So we'll kind of go, let's go in reverse order here, that we went to. Miles, how do you react to this shaking about of the bus? Are you trying to brace yourself against the impact, or just sort of leap free? What do you want? What do you want to do here?
Well, since I can fly, I just levitate a few feet in the air.
Okay, so you're basically trying to, you're in a bus that's just spinning and tumbling out of control. But that sounds to me like you're gonna try to do something with your snap, I think, because that is a quickness sort of thing, flying, I imagine, right? Does that sound reasonable to you? No,
yeah.
Okay. I am going to make one last shuffle of the cards, one last cut of the cards, and now this deck is live, and just now we'll draw to see how you do.
Oh boy.
A 2 of hearts. So what is your pop? What is your snap stat?
My snap is 4.
4. So there's a success, at least a success. Is hearts circled or not circled for you?
Believe it's circled. Hearts is my suit.
Hearts, yeah, the one above the other ones. It should be 1. Yeah, I think you only took 1 circled suit.
Yeah, I only took 1.
Okay, and it's a hearts, right?
Yes.
Is this your card? Great. So that is a unqualified success essentially. So you're able to kind of like slip right out of the window at one point, or slip out of the door, the back emergency exit, and float away from the bus as it sort of tumbles into a ditch. And you can see behind you that the road is completely blocked off with a mountain of debris. But we want to see how everyone else fares. Tyler, how are you taking this, basically?
Can I rip off the bus wheel and just mount myself as the wheel on the bus?
Oh, you want to kind of get under? I mean, this is more or less, this is damage control at this point. Like the bus is crashing, right? How do you fare in the crash is basically what I'm asking.
Gotcha.
So are you kind of like just like girding yourself and taking it? That would be sort of a pop, or are you just trying to dodge out of the way? You're trying to think of something smart.
I would love to try to think of something smart. I don't know how to think of something smart in surviving a crash here. Perhaps Nope. I think we're just gonna have to use quickness to. I'm a wheel. I'm gonna try to wheel
okay.
my way out of this.
So maybe you just roll yourself out the back along with Fango there. So let's see how we do. Oh my gosh, a 2 of clubs. Here's a lot. That's probably good, right? What's your snap?
Yeah. My snap is 5, and my lucky charms are indeed clubs is one of them.
All right. So, okay, you've heard it here first. Tyler succeeded at something very well.
This is my game.
So indeed, too, you just kind of roll out the back and are able to sort of brace yourselves, tuck and roll essentially out the back and stop at Fango's feet. Are you a French pirate? I didn't.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
I thought at one point you were using like an Irish or Scottish accent.
The accent goes all over the place. It's mainly French,
He's from
but
all over.
Oh, so you're Halle Berry next man.
I'm a well-traveled serial.
They can't keep one voice actor for the role, unfortunately. It changes every time.
Okay. Rebecca, how's Maya bracing herself for this crash?
Well, she is a big cat after all. I think that
Okay.
she would be jumping out the window. Is there a window to jump out?
Well, yeah, but now we've got sort of this sort of back school bussy
sure,
kind
I'll
of
just follow
emergency
everybody else.
exit.
Yeah,
just sort of
that's
jump
fine.
everyone out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, you're also using your snap. I take it.
Yes.
So that's your dexterity.
My snap
so
is 7 though, so very
3 of hearts. You're getting all these good cards out of the way soon. I like it. Is hearts
That is
circled
not
or-
my lucky suit.
Okay,
though.
so what's going to happen is you're a little after these two, the bus kind of shanks a bit as you're jumping out, and it maybe like clips one of your legs as you leave, but you land safely, and you'll have a small limp for a little bit, as it
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's not going to
It's not
probably
gonna be
affect
good
you
for
in this
her
particular
image.
scene. It's not great for your image. Don't do it as graceful as you'd like, unfortunately. So maybe you do a quick look around. Did anyone catch that? That's right. So let's move on to Gibert. What is fruit toots? Also,
Right, so is this thing like going off the edge of a cliff here?
It's
or-
not. It's going more into a ditch,
It's going into a ditch. Okay.
which is
Fruit
just sort of at
Toots-
the edge of the cliff.
Fruit Toots is going to duck and cover and just like rattle around inside the cab
bus?
of this
Okay.
bus.
Just sort
and,
of
rely on
bracing
his
yourself
his brass frame to bolster him against
all
any
right.
any critical damage.
We'll be drawing against your pop then.
As someone who
That
has
is
dropped a
right.
trumpet in his lifetime, not as sturdy as you might think.
No, it sure
Well,
isn't.
let's find out.
But his crackle is quite low.
Queen of Hearts
Hey, Queen of Hearts.
is good or bad for you? Is it circled?
Queen of Hearts is not circled, but
All
Hearts
right.
is my good thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
this particular Queen of Hearts is breaking your heart because that is a critical failure.
Oh no.
So yes,
Oh,
as you
no.
said, Seth,
Dudes.
he gets
I told you,
dented up
man.
as heck. As you can just rattle around this big empty bus. Suitcases maybe falling on your or the seat is sort of crank. So normally what I'm going to do basically would say is that if you're going to be drawing on your pop again, this particular scene, it's going to be a soggy double draw. Whether or not that actually happens, we'll see.
All right.
But we'll keep that in mind. All right, Seth,
Yeah, womp womp.
how's that? How's your weasel doing? He said, not suggestively at all.
How's that weasel?
How's your weasel?
So it seems like most people are faring pretty well.
Well, yeah, this is all kind of happening all at once, of course, right? It's the chaos of a crash.
Right.
People are jumping out the back. Of trumpet is bouncing all over the place.
Right.
I mean,
As he spots Maya jumping out, he's going to try to take his small, quick, weaselly frame to wrap himself around her midsection and just dig in with his claws. Hang on for dear life.
I didn't.
That's
see
probably
credit
why.
for it.
Yeah.
That's why you tripped.
Also, we're gonna be using your snap, your quickness for that.
Yes, which
Yes, we'll see.
for him is an 8.
Well, let's see how it goes. It's a king of diamonds, though.
Oh no.
Good or bad?
Actually,
Circled or
wait.
not?
That's a circled card for me.
All right, we go from critical failure to critical success.
Nice.
So yeah, you're able to sort of leap around Maya's waist, and she pulls you out completely. Maybe there's a moment where Maya, you think you've got a new mink stole or something, but it turns out to be this cartoon weasel. I'm putting this to one side for you, Seth. This King of Diamonds is a box top for you. Remember that when you want to make a draw, you can
Nice.
spend it to make it a double draw. Putting it.
Stoats are often confused with weasels, but they are different.
And finally, let's talk about cool kid O-Dog.
Yo, when I saw the coast, I thought maybe some surfing. Didn't expect cliff diving, bro.
He says to no one as the bus crashes. How do you fare when this bus crash? Are you leaping out? Are you trying to just sort of like grab onto the seats and just sort of ride it out like a cool extreme sport?
Oh yeah, he's gonna do some diving. He's gonna dip, duck, dive, dodge.
Dip, duck, dive, and dodge. Wasn't that from Daffy Duck? So we're also dodgeball. We're going on snap for you, yeah.
Oh
Everyone's got a
yeah,
real high snap.
And you're still in rollerblades, right?
of
I think
course.
the problem is that you're
if I
in
kick him off, I
rollerblades.
just got my skateboard.
Well, I got a 9 of hearts for you. Now, 9 is a very high number. No one probably has a stat higher than that because 8 is the limit at character creation. The question is whether or not this hearts is good or bad for you.
Hearts
Is it
is lucky for me.
okay? So this is a minor failure on your part, I would say.
Oh.
You don't make it out of the bus, essentially, but you're not as bruised up as Fruit Toots there. You know, it's cool. You maybe do a roller skate as the bus is, you do maybe a little bit of an inception sort of thing where the bus is kind of twisting and you're managing to stay on what is the ceiling at any given, or the floor at any given point in time. And we'll say this: one of the wheels on your rollerblades breaks.
Oh, well, so I have a question because so
Yeah.
at creation I put 8 points in, but is that not 9 because everything starts at 1?
Well, it shouldn't be higher than 8. It can't be higher than 8 at character creation.
Oh,
So yes.
okay, I missed
Yeah,
that
yeah.
part, so I need to.
So maybe I shift a
my
point.
stats are all wrong then. That's what you're saying.
Fair enough. Well, maybe you did say you forgot to add the 1. I didn't notice that you were gonna just
Shift
they
a
should
point
add up to
over
15.
and then add 1 to
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I'll shift
Yeah.
a point over to pop. So
There you go. So you can be a
make
little
that
more
change.
sturdy.
Did we all just dump Crackle? did that
No.
happen?
Apparently.
Okay, good.
No.
Oh, thank
Crack-
goodness.
Okay, good.
Crack'll be me best start, mate.
Oh, you're smart then. Okay.
Oh, you're going to hear this voice quite a lot.
You wouldn't guess it, would you? But
No, it's
It takes a lot of medical knowledge.
You would
about-
think
Yeah.
you would think eyes would be useful for
about
that
nu-
stat, but they're
nutrient
not.
deficiencies.
so Bullsworth and I should have noticed everyone recognized the bubblegum, by the way, the floating bubblegum fairy. That's Princess Pop of Gum Yum Bubbles Bubble. What is it? Gum Yum Bubble Blast cereal, which is the very sugary,
Oh.
very sweet bubblegum flavored cereal that is beloved across the nation.
Also,
Um,
not digestible for 7 years.
it's true.
So, that-
Yeah, that's the tagline.
It sticks with
but
me.
well,
Hasn't that been like fundamentally
Make it
debunked?
tomorrow's problem.
there's good. There is it is a sort of an offshoot of an actual bubblegum brand called Gum Yum Bubblegum, but this is the cereal version of it. But yeah, doesn't have bubblegum in it yet, probably maybe marshmallowy. Anyway, her and Bullsworth and the driver do get sort of bruised up and beat up, but they manage to, well, at least, well, probably Princess Pop is able to just zip out the window because she's only the size of a gumball. Bullsworth kind of just sort of gets dinged up a little scratch on his silver sheen. But the bus is ruined. And so with not much fanfare, the driver kind of looks around and begins pulling out your luggage out from the wreckage. And after a few minutes, after he grabs Princess Pop's giant trunk of luggage, points everyone in the direction of town, which is probably another mile away. And so you have to walk into town.
Have you
Or
ever
roll
walked
or float
a
or whatever.
mile on 2 peg legs? This will be quite an adventure for old Captain Citron Zest.
It is, a bit, a little bit of indignity having to sort of trudge down this road, which is not a very well maintained road. It's practically a dirt road into this small Massachusetts coast town.
That's
And as
not
you
a
get a little
problem for
closer-
me. because weasels are known to travel 2.5 kilometers for a meal.
Hey, that's
Could
more than a mile.
could Fango give Captain Pegleg a lift?
Sure. I mean, you want to? You probably don't walk, right? You probably float like a.
Yeah, he's gonna
right?
fly. So be like, would it be cool if I gave you a ride?
Oh, you see a single drop of citrus leak out of his eye. As he's like, you're one of the good ones, mate. Oddly enough, that most children say about me.
And Maya, you're essentially, you've got for like the first sort of, it's not a major limp, but it slows you down a little bit, and and Fruit Toots, you're banged up, but you're also floating, so you're not necessarily walking or anything. You just got it. Someone maybe needs to bang the dents out of you at some point, but the sun sets as you get to the town before you get to where the driver is leading you to, which is a large just a couple stories, but not like towering, right? Just like a 2-story boarding house, bed and breakfast type building. Looks very much an old Gothic architecture, or some metal spikes on a fence out there, some crenellations that are a little bit spiky. And outside there's a sign outside that says the Kingsport Boarding House. The driver eventually he opens the door and leads you in, and standing on the porch as you're coming up, sort of with a worried look on her face, is this particular woman, who is dressed all in black. She's got a black hair. She's got the same sort of milky complexion that the driver has. She's got a long string of black pearls, but she says, "Oh my dear. I thought something. I was worried you were later than I was expecting you. What happened?" And she kind of addresses that to the driver, and he kind of shrugs, and she says, "Well, that is a disappointment. But, I'm sorry. Is everyone all right?" She says, looking over everyone.
Why, yes, ma'am. And might I say, this sure is a fancy house you have.
Why, thank you. I have rooms available for everyone here. You'll be staying here on courtesy of the board. And if you will just come in, I'll get you your keys and show you to each of your rooms.
I think Maya would whisper just on the sly, "Darling, would you like to borrow my sunglasses?"
"Oh, no, thank you. I'm fine."
"Are you sure? Your eyes are a bit red. How about some concealer? Let me just get some out of my pack."
But that would be lovely. I guess didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Your loss.
That skin discoloration also be a sign of scurvy. So wherever you have your kitchen, I'll leave a bag of lemons for you, miss.
Why, thank you, Captain.
Yeah, and if you have any problems cooking them, I'm also French. Some people don't know that.
Apparently, that's what I'm getting off of your accent. That's very exotic.
So I have a culinary touch. We.
Well, my name is Azeneth Waite, and I run this boarding house. Soon I'll let the mayor know that you're here so that he can come and greet you. But in the meantime, let me show you to your rooms. And she shows each of you to a room on the second floor that each of you gets a big sort of iron key to open it up. And it is a bed and breakfast, basically. It's not a hotel. Every room is a little bit different, and every room has a big canopy bed, a little sort of a fainting lounge. There is one shared bathroom, but the rooms are fairly large. And they're what one would say probably a little like out of date. They're clean, but maybe there's some frayed edges on the linen or the silk curtains or that sort of thing. It's definitely some old scratches in the wood that have been attempted to be varnished out, but for the most part, it is kind of an old looking place.
Jason.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice that the town we've gone to is called Morbid Myth. And I had chalked that up to maybe like a coincidence. You said this proprietor's name, her last name was Wait?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. I'll just double checking. All right, cool.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Seth is a well-read individual, I imagine.
I made a 5-year running webcomic about Lovecraft related stuff. So
Yeah.
I think I have an
Don't
idea
stop.
of where this is going.
Oh, you have no idea.
I mean, I was picking up on this as well.
I'm familiar with you.
Yeah.
But I am thrilled.
And maybe it's at this point we should mention that the players have no idea of what the adventure was going to be about beforehand. They made these characters in the dark.
I can't wait to get to the big competition. I'm going to show everybody how good I am. I'll blow my horn.
I mean,
I like the board. I just wonder if it's surf, skate, or snow.
I feel like because Ms. Waite has features similar to someone that might be related to Fango, he would probably
there you go.
have we met before?
Oh, I don't think so, Mr. Fango. I think I would remember that. My family has lived here for generations.
Well, in my lifestyle, I get around. It could have been 300-400 years ago. I don't know where
Well,
that
maybe you
accent
met-
came from.
That was verging on the
Like a
a little
wistful,
bit fancy,
like
wistful vampire.
like
yeah.
Walt Whitman or something.
Terrific.
My lifestyle as an immortal.
As an immortal.
Well, perhaps maybe you've met one of my great grandfather or something along those lines. Well, we'll never know. He's long dead, I assure you. No, she doesn't say that. But each of your rooms, there's actually like a gift basket, and in each of those gift baskets is a very nice bowl, a very nice spoon, a box of your very own cereal, and two glass jars of milk. And on the label of the milk says Toothy Hogs Dairy. And it is, and then under that it says, Morbid Myth, Massachusetts. So it's a local, clearly from a local dairy. And but the milk is not like on ice or anything.
So
although if
we all get
yeah.
our own cereal.
Yes,
I lost here for sure.
I pity the rest of you that you don't get to eat Alpine Crunch. I will be enjoying it in my room.
very good. If you pick up one of the jars, it's actually though, even though there's no ice around it, it is cold to the touch.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I definitely dump some of that cereal up into my the bell of
Into
my
your-
horn, and then
yeah.
I dump the milk in as well, and I was like, that sure is good. And then I just sort of like toot it out, and then I try to catch it in my mouth.
messy.
Hey, wow.
Messy.
Not gonna make that hard to follow up, Jabir. O-Dog just like goes to town. He shoves the cereal in his mouth. He chugs the whole milk to the extreme.
Those of you who eat the cereal and drink the milk, I'm sorry, those of you who drink the milk, do notice it has a salty kind of taste to it, not like normal milk would be. There's a little extra something in there, maybe.
No time
What
for
is
taste.
that?
We gotta get back on the court.
Hope this isn't a pop roll.
This is the best my cereal's ever tasted.
I'm not gonna make you roll on that for any reason. But those of you, maybe you're eating your cereal, unpacking a little bit if you need to. You can hear from downstairs Princess Pop throwing a fit.
Milk is
and
too
she's
salty.
This is a little salty. She's yelling at Azeneth, since she's floating there in her little bubblegum form. She says, "Don't you bleeping know who I am? I'm bleeping Princess Pop, and I don't bleeping stay in no bed and bleeping breakfast. I need a 4-star bleeping hotel this instant, or your greater Boston area board can just shove it right up there, bleep." And Azeneth is trying to like calm her down, to no real success. I don't know if anyone wants to jump in to do anything here, but
Yeah. Captain Citron Zest will come in and say, and he'll say, "Oh, my lady, I know that the bed and breakfast is lacking, but I promise you I will cook you something very nice, and if thou need anything on this overnight stay, I will tend to your need."
Yeah.
Are you-
The only thing that's extreme enough is kindness, bro.
Are the two of you bleeping flirting with me? You're a child, and I don't even know what you are. Some kind of
I've
I'm
been
a
at sea
broken
for a
wheel?
very long time, so yes, I'm flirting with you.
in your dreams, in your bleeping dreams. Fine, give me the key. I'll go upstairs. And she flits her way upstairs as the driver hauls her giant trunk up the steps to her room, and thump, 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 thump. In the meantime, does anyone want to do anything before we move on to meeting the mayor? Let's say, while you checking out your room or what have you.
Yeah. Is there a phone? Are there any kind of communications in this hotel?
There is a kind of an old looking phone at the front desk. One of those deals with the receiver is the only thing you take off of it, or the earpiece.
Yeah.
Fan of that.
Do you want to try to dial?
Yeah. I would obviously want to phone back to my crew, let them know that I'm safe, let them know that I'm going to do my best in this competition.
Okay. You pick up the phone, and there's no dial tone or anything along that lines, but there's a kind of a click, 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 and someone on the other end says, "Operator, how can I direct your call?"
Patch me through to Buccaneer Bites headquarters.
There's a click, 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 and you can hear some moving around, and it says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Zest. It looks like all the lines out of town might have, but with that avalanche that happened, it might have cut off the only phone trunk that we have. I'm sorry, there's just no way that I can get out of this. But don't worry, someone's working on it right away. I'm sure by the morning we'll be able to call them."
I appreciate the information, so thank you.
You have a fine stay in Mornmouth.
I'll try.
Remember, it's always good morning in Mornmouth. Click.
That seems
hangs up.
I'll have to
Right after
remember
the phone
that.
call ends, WT comes like racing right behind him. He's just running around the hotel. He's full of energy.
Spinning around. From
Is
eating
there
his chocolate, yeah.
Is there a radio or any like music that Maya could play to
Oh,
practice
I'm
her dance
happy to
routine?
play you some music.
Nothing broadcasting
Is
from
that
the
the
ears
jingle
now.
for my cereal?
Is there anything
That's
to
the only-
drown out the trumpet in the next room?
Yeah, there's a phonograph,
Okay.
an old record phonograph, and if you want to put it on and crank it up, you can.
Yeah, I'll crank that up, especially if he's playing
Yeah,
next
plenty of
door.
trumpet. It's kind of hard to, these things aren't super loud to come over this sort of noisy trumpet, but you play a little bit of a song, and it is sort of an old lilting tune that echoes through the first floor of the boarding house. And at one point, during that, Azimuth comes out and says, "Oh well, Miss Maya, I see you're taking advantage of all of our amenities. If there's anything that I can get for you while you're here, the mayor will be here at any moment now. I let him know that you all arrived safely."
Yes, thank you. Where exactly is this competition that we've been sent to? Is it nearby?
Oh, the awards. Oh, the itinerary, of course. You should all have been provided one. The mayor will go over it with you. Tomorrow there will be some activities. He'll want to show you around the town, and then tomorrow evening will be the awards ceremony, and I will be having that at the Maritime Museum.
Okay, and is that nearby?
Oh yes, it's just at the docks.
Can I see it from here?
Oh, let's see. Come upstairs. And she leads you to it. Upstairs there's a balcony on the second floor that she can walk down on, and she shows you. And it's got a nice, so you're sort of at one end of the town. You can kind of get a nice view of the rest of the town. There's mostly just sort of houses and whatnot. There's clearly a single main street with maybe a couple shops on it, a schoolhouse. And then there's the docks, which you can see a couple boats sort of tied up, and then a building sort of in the center of the docks, which looks very rectangular and blocky. But she says, well, that's the Maritime Museum right there in the middle.
Is there any activity in any of these places at the moment?
Yeah, see people walking around the street. It's night. Well, it is nighttime, so some of the lights have been lit, right? So you're seeing this through sunset, essentially, right? There's some people walking up in the street. There's a boat that's just come in, and you can see some people on the docks are sort of throwing ropes and whatnot, and passing in from a distance. You can tell it's lobster traps and big nets full of fish coming out.
Okay, can I see any sign that there will be a competition there, or like an award ceremony? Like, is there any a flag advertising it happening, or does it look like anyone's setting up that space?
How is your crackle?
Not great.
Okay, well, let's see what you get and see what you see. Okay,
all
you want to make this a draw? Do you want to do anything before we do this draw, or is this is just for information? So
can I? Yeah, can I use my mystery ball to make it resolved with a face card? That'll give me a 50-50 shot.
A 50-50 shot. Let's do it. All right, so let's do it. 8. We keep going. Another 8. We keep going. 10. Keep it. These are good. These are good. You're going. All right, here we go. Face card is the first face card we got to is Jack of Diamonds. Didn't I hear you had a whole bunch of jacks?
Yes, that's lucky for me.
That's very lucky for you. So now you have one of these as a box top as well. And this is a critical success. So you appear on the town, and it's murky a bit, but you've got cat eyes, one would imagine, since you are a snow leopard, right? So you can see a little bit further in the dark, let's say. And you can spot that this museum is, again, sort of, it doesn't look like it's fancy or anything like that. It just kind of looks like what you might expect from a maritime museum in a small town. But it is big enough that one could probably have a ceremony in there, not a big one, not an Oscar-sized ceremony or anything like that. But there are a few people who are just finishing up, taking the ladders down, whatever. They've finished hanging up a couple banners just outside the museum in front of the front door, which is facing where you're looking at the moment. The banners do read the Greater Boston Area Brand Recognition Awards.
Okay, which matches the invitation that we received. Okay.
Yes, it matches the invitation that you received. The G, the B, the E. There's no E. I did this and then I've completely forgot what. Let's all look at the invitation again. Just the G, the B, and the R are obviously capitalized.
Okay.
In that, there's another thing that you do notice is that out in the bay, where this place is essentially, is a lighthouse. It's standing free, right? It's not attached to the coast anyway. It's just a rock with a lighthouse on it. And the lighthouse is not like lit. I mean, it's not yet dark yet, so that's not completely weird. But you don't see any sort of activity on it either. It's like someone climbing up there. It's just sort of there. And it does look old. Maybe it doesn't work. You're not sure.
Okay. Tell me about that lighthouse. Is it interesting to view? And perhaps I can go and tour it while I'm here.
Oh no, we don't tour the lighthouse. It is condemned.
That's odd for a lighthouse to be condemned. What happened there?
Well, there's been a few accidents there over the years. It was actually condemned decades ago when I was just a child, but it's not in use any longer. We have our own ways of making sure that the ships. We don't set ships out at night, but we don't see much traffic from the sea lanes either here. It's a small town, you see.
So I take it stays unlit.
That's correct.
Interesting.
It's a shame because I remember, well, at least my mother used to tell me about how they would light the lighthouse and it would shine across the bay. Would have been quite a sight, but I never got to see it myself.
Well, we do have a cool seafaring gentleman with us. Perhaps he can fix it.
Oh, Oh no, please. You're not here to fix anything. You're here to be celebrated and awarded. So please, consider this relaxed. Don't consider this a job or anything along those lines. We'll be just fine. Thank you. We've gotten along without the lighthouse for some time now. Azenith sort of leaves you on the balcony, leaves the two of you on the balcony, and turns it. And actually, there's one more thing that you do notice after a moment of thinking about it. You would maybe expect to see in a small town like this a steeple or a bell tower. You see absolutely no churches.
That's good news for me.
Indeed.
Toots is deeply religious, though. So.
Have you heard the good word about Jesus?
I was invented to help young people from stopping touching each other.
As they put their fist through your mouth.
Yeah, come on in, boys and girls. The water's fine.
Oh no. Downstairs, the door sort of opens up, and a little bit of a small flurry of activity. And then an older gentleman comes walking through the door in a bit of an overcoat and a cane, and he's like, and I can't do it, but imagine he's got a really thick, like Massachusetts Boston-y accent. And he says, Azenith, well, where are they? Are they here? Oh, here. And maybe he sees Fruit Toots tooting around, and the other thing is, oh, Mr. Toots, a pleasure. If I could have everyone down here for a minute, I would just like to welcome you all to Mornmouth and welcome you to the, say how pleased I am to have you agree to this particular award ceremony. Excuse me, everyone. My name is Mayor Myron Milch, and I've been the Mornmouth Town Mayor here for well, it's been a few decades now, hasn't it, Azenith? And she goes, well, yes, well, you do run unopposed. They say, oh, yes, I do run unopposed, don't I? Please, let's all gather around here so I can quickly go over the itinerary for tomorrow, and then the town's your oyster, so to speak. And he go quickly to sort of he seems to be a bit of a jovial fellow, and he's definitely seems pleased to see you all. And he lets you know that tomorrow there's going to be a few activities before the awards ceremony that he would like to show you around the town. And the first thing is that you'll be going to the schoolhouse to judge the kids' an art competition. The kids have been working very hard. They know you've been coming for a few days now, and so they've been drawing some things. So they want to judge that. Then he's going to show you around City Hall, just to show you basically how he calls it the beating heart of Mornmouth, and what goes on there. Then there'll be lunch, and after lunch, an ice cream eating contest, which you can participate in if you like. But some of the locals will be trying to gulp down as much ice cream as they can. Again, the ice cream courtesy of our local dairy. And then finally, we'll see we'll go tour the Maritime Museum in preparation for the awards ceremony, which will be at the museum. You'll have time for dinner between the tour of the museum and the actual ceremony. Of course, you'll be able to come back and change if you wish. But the Maritime Museum is also one of our pride and joys here at Mormouth. So that's it. And then, it'll be a grand time. I'm sure I don't know who's going to win, wink. But whoever does will be celebrated. And then and then you stay another night here, stay as long as you like, but we'll have your plane tickets ready for you to leave. And by then, hopefully, that nasty accident on the road will be cleared up.
How exactly will we be celebrated?
Oh, it's an award ceremony. You'll get an award. We all understand that you work very hard on behalf of your cereals, and we here in Monmouth, we're a bit of a breakfast town, so to speak, and we all enjoy a good cereal here. And we understand that you work very hard, and that you deserve recognition.
Boy, I do work pretty hard. Because the cereal
Yes, Mr.
doesn't,
W2.
that's for sure.
Some of you have basically, it's taken. Well, I was going to say make lemonade out of lemons, but I didn't want to offend the good captain here.
I would have wise choice. I make limes.
Make
and
cereal out of
lemons.
lemons.
Yes, out
Yes.
of lemons and limes. That's
Out of lemons.
oui,
Very
oui.
good. Very good. Well, do you have any other questions for me? I would like to. You can have it yourself. It's getting to be. It's not late for him. But dinner. We can have you brought in some food or for here to eat, and then relax before today's for tomorrow's busy activities.
I have a question.
Oh yes, Mr. Fruit Toots.
Lunch is my favorite subject in school.
That wasn't a question, but I'm glad to hear it.
Thank you.
Terrific. Well, I'll leave you in Miss Waite's good cares here, good graces, and we'll have you send. Shall I have them sent over something from the? Yes, we'll have them. We'll have you sent over something for dinner, whichever you like. We can try to procure. But other than that, I will be here bright and early in the morning to take you to school.
Ray, wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sisters. Thank you all for coming here. You can't imagine how happy that you've made me and the town. And
You're welcome.
canes himself out the front door, back to his home. One would imagine.
So are we kind of left by ourselves, or is the other
Yeah,
person still there?
Well, Azenith is still around. It's her bed and breakfast after all, but she doesn't have to be. She's not hovering over you if you want to
Okay.
talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, I sure
Well-
am glad that we're getting some recognition. Nobody's called me on the phone in 5 years.
Mm.
Can you answer the phone?
Oh, sure, just like this. And I just sort of like knock the receiver off the thing and I say, who's there? Hey, who's there? Toot toot. Just like that. Works just
Operator,
fine.
hello.
Oh, hi, toot toot. Bye-bye. Click.
Okay.
And while
Well,
WT's just
the-
always like jogging in place or just kind of like running in circles or something, just looking for something to do.
Well, the mayor said we had, how did he put it? The town is our oyster. So if we wanted to check out that lighthouse, I think it'd be fun. Cool, even.
I wonder if they have any good oysters.
Anyway.
And so I think Fango is definitely interested in checking out that lighthouse, partially because he was told not to earlier, or at least persuaded not to. And now that an authority figure has basically said, yeah, the town's our oyster, he's taking that as like carte blanche to go check out that lighthouse.
Okay. It is nighttime by this point, and you maybe get some food. We'll say if you will eat or whatever.
I mean,
but
I wear my
you know.
sunglasses at night.
Very cool.
I mean, I'm always up for a prowl late in the evening.
Yeah,
I'd go down. I'm good. Go
if
with you.
anyone invites Toots is never one to say no to a bad idea. Toots has never heard of a dangerous situation that he wouldn't walk into. So
I also want to point out that Cyber Robert has donated for the Spoon of Fates. Sorry,
Spoon of
gosh.
Fates?
Spoon of
Fates.
Fates.
What is it? I don't even know. What is it?
So I guess
is it
maybe-
the spoon on the end of your lime arm? Is
yeah,
that the
yeah.
Spoon
So
of
maybe
Fates?
as the captain is wandering through the kitchen facilities here, there is a particular spoon that it has maybe like the handle is carved and with some maybe cryptic symbols or other meaning in it, and he takes a fancy to it, and so he pops out his current spoon from its hooked position, and he inserts this one, and he says, well, I have quite a good feeling about this one. The spoon will surely bring me naught but fair wind and glory on my attempts to win the hearts of the entire world.
That spoon totally made you not French, bro.
I'm
no,
French.
he's turned into Cassius. Get him.
I'm French when I want to be. So, aha!
Aren't we all, though? Aren't we all?
So, did you want to check out the lighthouse with me?
Is that everybody? All 6 of you?
Yeah, let's
Yo,
go.
as long as we all wear our reflective vests.
Oh,
Sure.
safety,
I mean,
safety is very cool.
Weasels are commonly thought to be nocturnal, but evidence indicates that they're more diurnal in summer than in winter.
Those are words, bro.
I'm actually kind
Weasel
of
facts.
I'm actually kind of enjoying the weasel facts.
Yeah.
I am concerned that the lighthouse, if it does not function, that pirate ships may run aground here. So we.
Okay.
Oh, I was waiting for the end of that sentence, but he was speaking
Yeah,
French.
that
I
was-
said.
Yeah, he was
French,
he's switching it up.
Okay. So of course Princess Pop is like, I ain't bleeping going anywhere with you weirdos. I'm staying here.
Oh.
And Bolesworth says, I will look at I'll look after Princess Pop for you. Please enjoy yourselves outside on the town.
I really
Sure
hope
you
that all
don't?
of- All of Princess Pop's profanity is like just pop sounds.
Just Princess
Right.
Pop sounds. That's pretty good, I like that. So the 6 of you head on out. It is no night, but there's streetlights. There's a few streetlights. And you get a sense as you walk through the street. This is a small town. There are a couple roads twisting around, but there's mainly just sort of one sort of main street that the bus probably would have taken you in through. And you definitely get the feeling like people are peering out from behind curtains at you. A thin kind of mist rolls off the sea and sort of coats the street a little bit. It is a little bit of a spooky atmosphere kind of settles down. There's a little bit of a chill in the air. I didn't really say what time of year it is, but let's say there's a little bit of a chill in the air at this point.
Are
And
any
you
of the
get to
fishermen still out? I mean, fishermen still out?
it looks like they're finished up with their bringing in the catch of the day as you head towards the docks in the dock area. There's probably like a security guard type dock, but just sort of like snoozing on a chair to make sure that no one just sort of runs off of the ship or whatever. But you get to the sort of water line, and you can hear water slapping, and see the vague silhouette of the lighthouse, maybe in the moonlight. A fair distance away. It's not one. I'd say you can't swim it, but you probably don't want to. What do you want to do?
I want us all to be careful because if the tide's going out, that means Undertow gang, be careful.
Is careful is cool.
I believe there are boats here and pirates commandeer boats. So I feel like the blood inside me yearns to steal a boat.
Do you want to try to grab like a rowboat or something, or if you want to get a fishing boat?
Surely something with an engine in it, Jason.
Sure, just checking.
Yeah,
there's a
I think
number of,
Fango
like-
likes the idea of joyriding a boat. That sounds cool to him.
You ever seen a
number of-
lime operate an oar, mate?
That sounds like a weird riddle. Like this, don't know, like one of the Mad Hatter's riddles.
That's so true.
All right, so how do you want to do this? I guess is my question. Are you being stealthy? You're just gonna just march onto a boat. These are like small fishing boats that have definitely all seen better days. There's rust along most of the hulls. That kind of thing.
Are there any boats that are just look like they're docked for the day? Are there?
Yeah, there's a few of them. Let's just say there's like 3 boats here docked here.
I feel like Captain Citron Zest is well versed in how to hotwire boats. So
Okay.
perhaps if we could hop in one that looks like it is not currently in use. He also knows where fishermen like to hide the keys for their boats on their boats. So
there you go.
perhaps
All right.
he will check those locations first, and if he can't find keys there, he will Just
Let's
make it work.
let's
well,
do a
I mean,
draw
let's
on-
face it, we're all very well versed in using spoons. I think that we could handle some oars pretty well. Right?
Tricky, yeah, I like that. Well, let's do a draw on your crackle for figuring out how to
Okay.
hotwire a boat or whatever, or find someone's keys.
Sure. I don't know.
do you
I
wanna
don't
use any
think
of your-
Yeah. What does the yo-yo do? I definitely
What does
don't want
that
to
do?
use. I definitely don't want to use the temporary tattoo if I remember the last few cards drawn.
That's just I just reshuffle the deck. I just reshuffle this draw pile, which does have a number of 2s and 3s in it, but not that many. There's still a whole deck of cards right here.
Okay. I won't use. I won't use the temporary tattoo. I can't remember what yo-yo does.
The yo-yo is the GM reshuffles the entire deck, including the discard pile, but everybody gets to keep their box tops.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow. I have two. Both my prizes involve putting things back in the deck.
Yes.
Okay.
And the top card on the discard pile is a 10, so you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want that. So let's just pull. Let's just go.
Real quick,
You have
Tyler.
yes.
What
Yes.
are a couple of your lucky face cards?
Jack of spades, Jack of hearts, Jack of clubs, Queen of hearts, King of clubs, King of spades.
Okay, two, a couple. Just name two.
Oh, well, it was almost as fast to say 6 as it was to say 2.
Yeah, that's I think the problem.
Because I'm going to use the finger puppets.
All right.
Whoa.
I heard Jack of Hearts. Did you say Queen of Hearts at all too, by any chance?
Yes, Queen of hearts.
Jack
So,
of Hearts and Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts is in the discard pile, so why not take it out and use it? for
Because
your
if I
advantage?
understand the finger puppets correctly, it allows me to
Mhm.
name 2 face cards and have the GM shuffle it into the top 5 cards of the deck.
Queen of Hearts, Jack of Hearts. I'm shuffling them into the top 5. I.e., there's 3 unknown cards and 2 cards that you do know. And
Oh, I'm
giving these
sweating.
A little shuffle, shuffle.
Very happy that I get to commandeer a vessel in this, hopefully.
And don't forget too, like one of the you do have one purchased bonus that is the double draw. So if you want to do that, you can spend
Oh,
that
why
too.
not? Let's double draw.
Why not double draw? All right, here we go. 1 and 2.
Sorry to interrupt. We have a couple for all players double draws.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So
One for each
use
player.
them, folks.
That's what Tyler just did. You got
Yeah.
the Queen of Hearts and the Ace of Spades, but the Queen of Hearts is of course a critical success for you, so you want to keep that. That's a box top for you. You're able to the 6 of you are able to basically kind of like maybe tiptoe down a docks here so the little security guard doesn't wake up from his little his little early evening snooze.
And it's
Find
very quietly. Toot,
Yeah,
toot.
just quietly tooting away. Finding a fishing boat whose name is the Mary Post, and get on board, hotwire, find the keys. Let's say there's this extra set of keys you're able to get, or hotwire, and you get in the boat. You know, it's a little loud, but you look over real quick, and the security goes. He just sort of barely stirs, and you're able to quietly, I guess, tie off the ropes, take the boat out over to the lighthouse.
Woohoo. As the captain is steering the vessel, he's like, mateys, feel the salt breeze in your face, and this is where true cereal is made.
I feel like
Oui.
Mateys is also the name of a cereal.
Probably.
Weasels live in sand dunes, lowland forests, grassy regions, and in small towns, provided there's food, but not the ocean.
Not
No,
the ocean.
but what if
Never
you-
the
what-
ocean.
But what if he had some water skis, bro?
What?
Water skis, bro.
The correct
Get
response
out there.
that
Live
Drew
life
says
to
is-
the extreme.
I like how most of the
I'm
time
gonna run now.
it says something. Drew says something, and it's just like, and then we move on. A response, yeah, that's fine.
It's my
Yeah.
life. It's fine.
So you putter your way to the lighthouse. It's not that long, about 10-15 minutes to get there. And there's a kind of a beat up dock that you're able to sort of pull alongside of and get out and be at this, and it is basically the smallest possible rock that this lighthouse is on. There's maybe a path around it, around the base of the lighthouse, and there's some scrub and some rocks and whatnot. And then there's sort of a path that leads up to the door, but there's not much to explore here except for the structure itself.
Fango would probably just walk on in.
Sure. But the door is locked.
This is where I may come in handy. I have a few lemons that have gone sour. No pun intended there, mates. But they're easily molded to pick a lock.
Whoa, hold on.
What, you don't trust the captain? You don't trust my lemon picking, Fango?
Jason, are there any windows around, or open windows that are maybe around? It's a lighthouse, right?
It is a lighthouse. I'd say that on the what you see, there's a door, and again, when you get to this place, it looks weathered as a lighthouse would be. It doesn't look like you would say it was condemned. It's not falling apart or anything. But there's a sort of a very solid wooden door. There on the ground floor, there is a single window that is boarded up from the outside. And there are maybe a couple windows that aren't boarded up a little higher up, and then there's the top of the lighthouse itself, where
I know it's a little bit Three Little Pigs, but can I huff and puff and try to toot this door down?
You want to toot the door down with a blast of your sound.
With a big horn blast.
Let's do a pop draw on that. Yeah.
So am I still soggy?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, you're fine. You're fine on this. This is a different scene, essentially.
Got it.
What do you want to do anything before I draw this card for you?
Oh man. You know what? I want the mystery ball. I want to use my mystery ball.
We know there's a Jack of Hearts in here.
Yay!
In the top
Hooray.
three. In the top three. We know there's a Jack of Hearts. So this might go very well for you.
Yes.
Good thing you did, because that card was a 10 of Hearts. But we got the Queen of Diamonds first.
Uh-oh.
Is that good or bad? Is this another critical fail for good old Fruit Toots?
Another critical fail.
Oh no.
So you huff and you puff and you blow, you make the most noise possible. But you strain your tutor, I guess, to the point where while we're here on Lighthouse Island, your pop is also going to be back to soggy double drop.
Don't you guys hate it when you strain your tutor?
Toots
It's the
in the
worst.
chat, everyone. Toot
Toots, everybody. Toots.
Can I try something?
Sure.
So I want to use my mini binoculars to look at the top card on the deck.
Alrighty. It's the Jack of Hearts. And it goes right back on top.
Then let's try to do some free climbing to see if we can get into one of these windows, break in, whatever we can do, bro.
All right. And so you just start Spider-Manning up the wall?
Are these big windows or small windows?
The one on the ground floor is normal window size. The ones that are higher up are skinnier. They're not necessarily impossible to get through. Especially
While most predators are too large to enter the dens where their prey live, the weasel, with its long body, can enter its prey's burrow and kill it.
Oh boy.
Is that a lucky card for you, Seth?
Which one? I'm sorry. Just double
Jack
checking.
of Hearts. I Drew, I didn't know if you wanted to draw this one.
Yes, the Jack of Hearts is a lucky
I
card
would
for
really
me.
like to draw this one.
All right, I'm going to start. If both of you want to go, you both can. But Drew spent his price to just double check it, so I'll have him go first. It doesn't matter what stat you're rolling because we know it's a Jack of Hearts. It's good for you. That is another box top out on the table. Critical success. Again, you're free. You free climb yourself up to one of these windows. Do you want to go all the way to the top, or do you want to just pop into one of these windows about halfway?
I want to pop into one of the windows halfway because I want to get the door open for everybody else.
Sure, yeah. These windows aren't. They don't seem to be locked. They're one pane windows essentially, and you're able to kind of like pull that one open, scramble yourself, squeeze
They're never
yourself
locked past
in.
the second floor, bro.
Doesn't look like they could be locked. But you get inside. Seth, do you want to follow up, or do you want to just wait for him to open the door?
I mean, yeah, if I can, I can't utilize the same card, I assume.
No, you'll get whatever's next on the deck.
Got it. No, he'll just be since Odog has volunteered, he'll just start running circles, like laps around the lighthouse for now.
Okay. Dog, you're inside. You're in sort of a wooden staircase that obviously stretches up and stretches down. There's probably another floor between you and the top of the lighthouse, but right now you're sort of just at the top, just below that. But it is pretty dark in here. There's not a lot of lights, and the stairs creak very menacingly as you pick your way down. Before you get to the door, there is a voice that comes out of the darkness. It sounds a little rough, almost like the sea captain, but not as French. And he, you hear, "What are you doing here, lad?" You're not really sure. It's probably coming from below you, but you don't see anyone down there because it's like pitch black in here.
I'm just trying to help my friends out, bro. That's all I'm doing. And he continues on with his youthful enthusiasm to do what he set out to do.
There is someone grabs you.
Whoa!
And so I'm going to draw. We're going to draw here on your snap to avoid getting grabbed. All right. This is basically a dodge. 6 of clubs. How's your snap?
It's an 8.
Oh, you're very fast. This club's good.
Clubs are my lucky charm.
All right, you got a lucky charm. So you feel someone grab at you from the darkness, and as a matter of fact, you feel like one of those things grabbing at you is almost like a hook. But you dodge and dance out of the way, you dip and dive, and you hear definitely someone sort of like continuing to move towards you as you head down towards the door. And again, it's pretty dark, so you don't actually see. You maybe feel a looming shape above you.
I just try to dodge out of there, get down to unlock that door to get my friends back with me, bro.
All right, I'm gonna make a draw again. If you want to be quick about it, we'll say that's again snap, or if you want to kind of like, intelligently pick your way in the darkness, that would be crackle.
I would like to use snap.
Fair enough. That makes sense. You still also have don't forget you have a box top if you want to make this a double draw.
Let's make it a double draw.
Let's make it a double draw. This box top goes in the discard pile, just so you know. All right, I got a 7 of diamonds and the Jack of Spades. Is Jack of Spades actually lucky for you?
Jack of Spades is lucky for me.
All right, so that can make you get a box top back for spending a box top. Why not? That's the way it works. And you hear again some sort of trying to grab at you, and you sort of slink on down. There's maybe just enough moonlight poking into the window that you left open that you're able to get to the door and throw it open. And some light kind of spills in. And there's Odog standing in the doorway. When again, this shape kind of like appears behind him, very much an rain slicker, very much Gordon's fisherman hat kind of pulled over his eyes, or I guess we can go with I know what you did last summer, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what I did last summer, bro.
And behind Odog, this figure raises up what is essentially a big fishing hook, and is about to plunge it into him. Does anyone want to do anything before I make Drew draw one?
I feel like Fango, with his vampire hearing, would have heard a scuffle of sorts and would probably try to fly up and zoom to the rescue.
So you want to basically like launch yourself through the door just past Odog at this figure and tackle them to the ground, something like that, or knock them down or something along those lines?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that again. That is definitely a snap. So
and let's see. Can I use? Where's my cheat sheet?
You don't have a box top at the moment, but you have some prizes. I'm
Prizes.
sure.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use finger puppet.
All right. What are the two
Um,
face cards that are good for you? Just name two of them, and I'll find them.
Queen of Hearts and King of Spades.
Okay. Pick a different one from Queen of Hearts, as otherwise you'll be stealing.
Oh,
Tyler's
okay.
Queen of Hearts.
King of
Good, I'm not
Diamonds.
gonna stop you. King of Diamonds is Seth's.
Oh.
Did you say Queen of Spades? Sorry.
Yes, I got Queen of
Queen of
Spades.
Spades. What about King of Hearts?
King of Hearts. No. Jack of Clubs.
There you go. I'm about to drop this entire deck. Okay, those two are going to be shuffled into the top 5. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. You got a, good. What is that?
2 and 5
40%
chance.
of
Yeah.
2 and 5 chance, something like that. Getting a critical. You still might succeed because you don't know what those other cards are. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Queen of Spades.
All right.
That's right. That was one we just put in there. So again, a critical success. That's a box top for you. I am going to attempt to keep these 100% straight. As I have 5, I have a nice 2 pairs, queens and jacks in front of me here. But you like a rocket, launch yourself towards this figure and barrel into them. Just sort of, the O-Dog just getting slightly pushed out of the way and tackle them to the ground. As you do that, whatever it is seems to completely dissolve. You hit something solid, and then it feels like there's a lot of give, and the hook kind of clangs to the ground, and you're in a rain slicker and a little rain hood, sort of like you tumble to the ground, and you are just covered in milk. As you step up, and there's no, and so is the inside of this rain slicker and the inside of this hat.
Typical Saturday night.
Captain Citron Zest will come over to help you up off the ground and say, "That's why my cereal don't have any milk. Stuff like this happens all the time."
I don't know.
Does
if
that
there's
even make you
do
serious?
any cereals come with milk?
Well, there's those Canadian cereals with the bags of milk.
That'd be a bad thing for mine because, man, it gets soggy in like 5 seconds.
That does happen with cardboard there, mate.
Basically,
I
just
feel
paper.
like the concept of cereal might be lost on you two.
I have a very niche audience that is consistent of sailors, mainly.
Or just you.
What's a
I'm just
silent?
actually really scared of scurvy myself, so I surround myself by citrus. You're right. And he starts crying in front of you.
Oh no.
You said that a hook dropped to the ground?
Yeah, like a fishing hook. Like with a little wooden thing on the one end and then just a metal hook.
Would it fit over my other lime?
Sure, you could. You could jam it in there. Why not? The other end, just unscrew the wooden part and just sort of jam a hook in there.
While the captain is crying in his sorrow, he jams the hook into his other lime, so he feels more complete.
Okay. I'm just making some notes here. Yeah, but what's left is in here is the bottom of a lighthouse, right? There's it's about the size of a very small studio apartment. There is a bed and a dresser, and but you can see maybe an unlit oil lamp. It looks very much, we would say probably dusty and whatnot. That should keep them straight. You can also now hear what sounds like more creaking, as if someone were coming down the stairs. Creak, 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 thump, thump, thump. Maybe.
Where's up, bros? Something's happening.
There's another voice that sort of floats down from above. Again, sort of sounds almost exactly the same and says, "You're not wanted here. Get out while you still can."
Weasel have been known to attack humans if they become scared or threatened.
What is this? Lunchtime?
don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Fango would just kind of look at
Jeez.
at him and just shake his head and then look back, and it's like, what would we say? It's like, we want to know what you're hiding.
We're not hiding anything from the likes of you. You're not meant to know what's here. And again, sort of coming down, again, it's still pretty dark in here. So basically you see another shape in some kind of oil, slicker situation. Just seeing the feet coming down the stairs and big, heavy boots, fisherman's boots, right?
I appreciate a good pair of feet, that's for sure.
And Fango's probably like, hey, he doesn't understand cereal. He doesn't understand hiding. Do we need to talk about concepts? So he's kind of like in the middle of like his own little like trying to sound cool. So he's not really paying that much attention to what's happening at this point. He's kind of lost in his own little theater of the mind.
So,
On the-
O-Dog feels threatened by this. Can he use a pop check to go after these feet to make this person stumble down the stairs?
Yeah, you want to just like reach out and grab the person's feet and maybe just pull them forward so he just goes stumbling. Yeah, you basically, again, it's clearly a sound of like a metal being drawn up against the outside stone of the lighthouse, and you leap forward, Drew. Do you want to do anything? There is something in here. I don't remember now.
I would love to spend one of my 5s on regaining a use of my mini binoculars.
Terrific. So you just want to mini binoculars this up? Double check?
Yes.
Can never be too safe. It's a jack of clubs. What do you want to do with that information?
I would love to use that jack of clubs.
All right. This is a critical success for you.
Yes.
All right. So now you have 2 box tops, by the way. We're gonna get to I'm sure we'll get to a Joker soon enough. I can steal
Didn't he
these
use
away from
one?
you.
Like
He did, but then he got it back. He used
Oh my
it,
gosh,
got
that's
one
right.
back. Yeah,
That's
he got
right.
immediately got it back. So you, O-Dog, leaps forward, grabs these boots, pulls them forward. Again, there is the sound of basically liquid splatting onto these steps as you pull these boots and sort of those rubbery fisherman's overalls types, right? And you're just pulling nothing.
In this moment, he says, "Have a nice trip." Whoa!
Splash, and then sort of a real vicious looking knife, like a boning knife that you would use to scale, a scaling knife that you use to scale fish, kind of comes clattering down the steps. Splash.
If we keep, obviously we're not going to go anywhere here. We're just spilling milk all over the lighthouse floor. We're just going to invite ants. This is how you get ants, mate. Which we don't like at French restaurants.
Can ants make it to an island?
Ah, fire ants, I believe. Oui, they can form rafts.
Do we
That's
have
terrifying.
canonical evidence of ants climbing on weasels and transmitting weasel transmission of ants?
Did you know that weasels like to have been known to land on the back of a bird and go for a quick flight before killing the bird as prey?
No,
boy.
but do you have... WT, do you have any means of actually contributing light to this area rather than just conversation?
I know weasel facts.
But do you have a flashlight, mate? Something useful.
No.
Look, Captain, we're all super enthralled with the weasel facts, bro.
Okay.
Do not disrespect, because a sharp mind leads to a sharp body.
Can I use the shininess of my brass to try to reflect some moonlight into the room?
Oh, perhaps
Sure.
with that, I can see with my cat-like, I don't know, eyes.
Yes.
And also, you said there was a oil lamp.
Mhm.
Is there still oil in it?
this is something we'll do that I used to do with the other game, which was just I don't know, let's let the deck decide. So I'm just going to draw a card. The number isn't going to matter. This only the suit, or if it's lucky or not lucky.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's the Queen of Clubs.
Clubs are my lucky suit.
But is the Queen of Clubs good or bad for you specifically?
No, the Queen of Clubs is not good for me.
I'm putting that on the discard pile. So that is unlucky.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not. There's no oil left. It's dried up.
Dang it. All right. Well, then I'm out of ideas for light, gang.
There's a little bit of flash, some brass light coming in from the.
I have a whistle.
We'll say that.
I'm going to use my $30 thing to name a card and draw that card with my next draw. So I'm gonna.
I wasn't gonna make you draw for that particular thing, but so keep that in mind because I'm sure it'll come in handy very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't make you for just you get some light and Maya, you're able to kind of see up the stairs, and again, there's just sort of now dripping with milk. There's a little boater hat, and the steps sort of lead up a little bit to a sort of an open, currently trap door that is probably like a second floor, not quite up to the top light of the lighthouse yet.
Let's go.
Can I sneak up there
You sure can.
quietly?
Yeah, let's draw on your snap for
No,
stealth
but you can
purposes.
sneak loudly, Rebecca.
You can also
I want to
loudly.
sneak quietly though.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Do you want to do anything? You also do have a box top, by the way, if you want to make this a double
I
draw.
do. Yeah, let me make it a double draw.
All right, here we go. Ooh, okay. 5 of clubs or the Joker is 5.
Ooh.
Five is probably that'll be a success. If you want to actually go with the Joker, that won't resolve this check, but it will cause me to shuffle everyone's stuff away.
I don't want to do that. Or I can use my bike reflector to
Yes, you could use your bike reflector and then
prevent that, but
we'll draw another card, I guess.
No, let's just go with the 5 because you said snap, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and 7 is my snap. So
Okay, great. And clubs is not. Is that the one that you picked?
it's
to be
not lucky for me.
No, it's not lucky, but so you get up there. You creep your way up there. At the moment, we'll say
Perhaps as quietly as I wanted.
We'll say the unlucky part is that you're up there by yourself. You kind of like get up and you're about to poke, and it's like, oh, it's pretty clear. Maybe it looks clear, and you look down, and they're all just at the bottom of the steps, just kind of like going, you go, you're fine. You get to this room up here. And there is actually at this point, you probably caught a glimpse of it, a small candle burning. So there's just enough light to see, shapes and it's creepy and flickering and whatnot. There is a weird statue-y thing here. It is difficult to tell what kind of shape it is. Maybe vaguely human. You know what? I'm actually just gonna go ahead and give us all a little bit of funness. It is looks like it may have been. It's made of some kind of porous stone. It looks like it may have been dredged up from the bottom of the sea, right? Because there are actually still a couple barnacles kind of attached to it, and there are a number of these sort of like it's got like indentations almost like bowls. And a number of places, and each of these indentations is filled with what looks to be milk, and there's actually a part. It's almost like a fountain. What you're looking at here, actually, there's a little bit of you would hesitate to call it a mouth because it's not really a face going on here. It's just kind of an amorphous shape here. But there's a little bit of a slit here that some milk is kind of dribbling out into one of these bowls, and it's kind of dribbling out of the other bowl, and it kind of dribbles out eventually onto the ground. But there's not like a massive puddle underneath it. Maybe you don't know where it's going exactly. It's it's very unpleasant to look at in a lot of ways, just from the slow trickling of milk, the shape, just kind of your eyes kind of like skim off of it, like you can't quite focus on it exactly. And suddenly from behind you, you hear a voice again, and it says, We are unending. We are the cream that rises to the top. You cannot stop us, cereal things that you are. Zog Yaggoth will rise again. Zog Yaggoth is us. Zog Yaggoth is Mornmuth.
Uggy Yaga. I don't like the sound of that as a breakfast cereal mascot.
And something tries to grab you from behind, basically. So we're gonna have you. I
Can
assume
I
you want to
dodge out of the way?
Yeah, I assume you want to dodge out of the way.
Yeah.
You don't have your thing anymore, but here's the draw.
Oh, wait. Can I
Oh.
use a thing?
Yes, you sure can.
Okay, let me use X-ray specs. So I look at the top
Ooh.
3 cards and discard
Mhm.
1, and then we shuffle the remaining
All
2.
right, top 3 cards are the 5 of spades, 10 of diamonds, not great, and the 6 of diamonds.
Definitely want to get
Where's
rid of
that
that 10.
Get rid of that old 10. Then we get a 3rd card, which you don't know what it is. And I do a little shuffle. All right. Are we ready?
Real quick,
for
Jason,
this draw? Yeah,
I just want to say I applaud you. You know what you did.
I know what I did. I know what I did.
You know what you did, and I applaud
I
you.
know. I'm very proud of myself.
I very much love it.
I thought of that one day in the shower. And I was like, I have to write a game around that. Here we go. You ready, Rebecca?
Yeah.
6 of diamonds. So
Diamonds are my lucky thing, and I have 7
diamonds are your
snap.
lucky. Terrific. So you're able to like poof, dodge out of the way. And this again, now you can you have a little more light in here. So you can see that this is a hulking, it vaguely kind of looks like the driver, right? But less formed. You
Oh,
can kinda see he's
Maya,
wearing
as she dodges out of the way, she's gonna be like, "You don't scare me. My cereal is specially formulated to not get soggy."
I hate it. And no, but it is basically this. Oh, here we go. I do have an image here that I wanted to kind of show. It's weird because all of these have been AI generated, right? For the most part.
Wow. That was terrifying.
That is terrifying. Here's welcome to your nightmares. But it, it's kind of wearing a one of those rain slickers, right? But underneath is just like dripping milk, vaguely humanoid shape, but but not really. And it's kind of sloshing towards you, and you dodge it, and and then you say, you say your line, and it kind of goes, Sog Yaggoth will consume all. What do you want to do? Down there, you hear some scuffle from upstairs.
Hey guys, coast is clear. Come on up.
Toots rushes upstairs.
I don't believe that, but I'm ready to help anyway.
Just like I like the idea to Maya, like Fruit Toots coming up the stairs, just like beep 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 beep. It's like his horn slowly approaching.
Do re mi fa sol la ti.
Right. I go up
got-
a
he
note
does
for
the
each
scales.
stair. Yeah.
Yeah. Toots, you're the first up.
all right,
At the
great.
moment, there is indeed a as you get up there, you kind of see this figure. And there's a flash of lightning from outside, and you can hear it start to just pour rain. I'm gonna,
All right.
that's all. And you
All
can,
right.
with the flash of lightning, so there's a couple windows here that you can see this figure, and it kind of turns you, and it's just dripping milk out of its mouth, but its mouth is also milk.
Oh, it's milk all the way down, huh?
It's
boy.
milk, except for the weird overcoat.
Except for
he's
the
wearing,
coat. Yeah, the
basically.
coat. The coat's a coat. Yeah. But the rest of it's milk. All right. I'm gonna. Oh boy, this didn't work out great the last time, but I'm gonna toot my horn. Toot my
You're
horn as
still
loud as I can.
technically, at a soggy double draw on this because you're.
Ooh, I'm on a soggy
you
double.
sprained your
Soggy
tutor
double.
earlier. Don't forget.
Oh boy. Hang on. All right. Oh boy! All right, I'm gonna soggy double this bad boy. Here we go.
All right, wish for luck. Do you want to do anything else to the deck here?
Oh boy! I mean,
If you
I'd
do
like
spend
to-
your 30 now, I won't apply the soggy double draw to it as well. That'll be the draw if you want.
I mean,
to spend that.
I do
Say
want
that,
to
go
spend
for
one of my boosts to like try to help out a little bit, but you know what? Maybe I'll look at the top 3. I'll use my.
I'll
Hang
use
on.
retro specs.
Can anybody else use a prize before
Yes.
he does this?
Yes, you can.
Can I use my yo-yo to make sure you re-roll or reshuffle the entire deck, but leave everybody's box tops, including the discard
can.
pile?
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in that discard pile. It's
Great.
pretty hefty discard pile. I'll do that right now, and then we can also look at the top 3.
Okey-dokey.
I'd like to make a
Sounds
humble
Oh.
request, Jabert.
What's
Please
up?
don't say that you're gonna soggy double anything. Just going forward.
I was going to say, can I use the whistle
around and
to
got a
take
soggy
out the
double.
10s of 2 suits?
You can do that after I've shuffled. You certainly can.
Okay. So,
Because why
Jabert,
not?
what are your unlucky suits?
Diamonds and clubs, and
Okay,
presumably
so-
spades as well,
What? Oh,
Yeah,
right,
one.
because you only have
Yeah.
one. Okay.
because I got one.
So if you can take
I
the
would-
10s of clubs and diamonds out, that would.
Well, clubs are a positive for me, but
But a 10 of clubs
So
isn't
the
going to help
10s is
anybody.
the yeah.
that's true.
Nobody
won't
can get a
help
10.
Ah, where'd it go? I missed it. There it is. Okay, those are taken out.
Rad. All right, here we look at top 3.
Now, do you want to do top 3? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so the top 3 are Joker.
Okay.
10 of spades
Uh-oh.
and 7 of diamonds.
Oh boy. My pop is 7. Okay, so that means I can't win.
But you get
this,
rid of one of these.
but I
You
can get
rid of
but I
one
can
of
get rid
these.
of one of them.
Mhm.
I'm getting rid of the Joker.
Not the 10?
Oh
The
wait.
Joker,
Isn't
the
the
Joker
10
was-
like a
That's right,
guaranteed
because I have a
fail?
bite reflector, so I can get rid of the Joker if I need to. Okay, so I'll get
Mm.
rid of the 10. Yeah.
All right, 10
Good
gotten
call,
rid
good
of.
call.
I'll shuffle
Yeah,
that
here.
up.
All right.
Okay. All right. From those 3, you're doing 2, and you're taking the worst of the 2.
Okay.
All right. No more manipulation of the deck, everyone. All right. Here we go.
Not until I pull that Joker. Then I'll
Okay.
put on bite
So it is
reflector.
Jack of Hearts and Joker. If you
Jack
want
of Hearts.
to, it's good for you.
That would be good for me.
Okay. Well, you've got this Joker's technically doesn't resolve anything. I would still shuffle everyone's stuff. So if you want to
Okay,
bite
so,
reflector this
so I'll
Joker
bite
away, we can
reflector
then.
that away.
I will shuffle this in, and then we still have to make a second card draw for the second part of the
Oh
soggy.
right. Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, because you're a soggy tutor.
Bottom boy.
And you got a soggy tutor.
I forgot that.
It's gonna be the
Yeah.
worst
I
of the 2, not the better.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
it's
Yeah.
the worst of the
Ooh,
2.
got-
But it could be
we got
another
him.
card that's very.
what
lucky.
if I get the Jack of Hearts again?
Yeah.
Well, you got the Jack of Hearts, and then the second card is the King of Hearts.
That's so lucky. That's so lucky. That's
They're both lucky to you. Hey!
It's 2 crits.
All right. So I mean, you take the better of the 2, which is a crit.
Yep.
And we will. That's there's your bird on the board with a box top.
Yeah.
Do you care which one is your box top? King of Hearts, Jack of Hearts?
I'll pull the King of Hearts. Got
All right, King of
myself one.
Great. So you rush up the. This all happens in a blink of an eye, of course. Fruit toots his way up the stairs, and he sees this thing just sort of like menacing and lurking. The flash of lightning, crack, crow. That sound, I guess, makes you go like, "Oh yeah, sound." Rain is. So you can hear rain beating on the sides of the lighthouse, and you just let out a massive toot. And this just completely disintegrates. Splattered milk against the back wall. The coat falls to the ground. And there's silence. I mean, besides the rain, there's echoing and the echo of Fruit Toots is
Of a real
massive
C-sharp.
blast. Yeah, C sharp. It sort of vibrates to the lighthouse, but there is no other noise.
So it's like everybody running up the stairs at this point.
Yeah, is
Well,
everyone-
if you're not, Maya calls down and says, "Okay, guys, the coast really is clear now."
No, it's actually
Yeah.
clear.
It takes the captain quite a while to navigate stairs with 2 peg legs, so he is far behind everybody else.
He's the last one up.
Can O-Dog help the captain out?
Sure, everyone's carrying this ship's wheel around, apparently. Yes, of
But
course.
WT has completely misinterpreted the situation. He's like, race you to the top, and he just like keeps ascending.
Zoom is past that. Okay.
He just
But
passed
WT, you
everyone.
zoom back up to the top of the lighthouse, and you're on the sort of that balcony around the main lighthouse trunk. Right.
Mhm.
You can see
Doing
that
laps.
this lighthouse. You can see that inside there's a big bulb situation. Right. It's not broken. It's not cracked. It's just there, but it's not turned on, obviously. And as you kind of do laps around the top here, there's actually like you can see a glow, sort of a whitish glow out to sea, and there is something, and in that whitish glow, you can kind of see the shadow of a massive thing. Is it a big fish? Is it a sunken boat or a big submarine or something? You're not entirely sure. You look down, the rain is pouring down on you here, and you look a little closer to the shore, and you can see that there are a couple of the other 2 fishing boats are out on the water, and even over the sound of the rain and the occasional thunder, you can hear the shrill voice of Princess Pop just cursing up a storm, bleeping up a storm, as on one boat there's a couple town members, the mayor is standing behind them. They've got Princess Pop there. I guess they're holding her, and one of them is holding her sort of by one hand. On the other boat, there's 2 other sort of bulky figures holding Bowlesworth the spoon, and they are moving. They're tootling their way towards this light out there in the middle of the bay, from coming up from underneath. What do you want to do? I don't know if anyone else comes up to the top of the lighthouse and kind of
That
see
looks
this
like
happening
fun.
as well.
I mean, go after him, right?
To the extreme.
Yeah, we're gonna knock over. The captain wants to knock over that creepy milk altar, though. Finds that-
That's
He finds that disturbing. He takes the spoon of fates and he just like hits it.
I'm sure. Why not? Since it's the spoon of fates, there is a kind of like a flash of light, and the altar kind of cracks down the middle, and it stops oozing milk.
I feel like with the spoon of fates, no one can use a bonus to assist the spoon of fates.
Why you gotta make this harder?
Oh.
Why you gotta?
Well, why don't we draw and see what happens? On
I'm
your-
playing.
Oh,
by
no.
Ty-
Change your fate.
I'm playing
Just
by
to see what
Tyler
happens.
rules. Tyler, a regular Tyler would appreciate this.
But the question is, are you doing this smartly or are you doing this strongly?
Smartly. I'm trying to find
Why don't we say smartly? You find a weak spot.
weakness in the altar.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Ace of diamonds. You don't need a bonus. You got an ace. That's a 1. That's definitely a
Ace.
success. Is diamonds good for you or bad, or just okay for you?
It's
Or
just
not
okay.
circled?
It's just okay.
Okay, so it's not circled. Here's what I'll do. You have
Oh wait.
diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yeah.
Diamonds are lucky. I'm
Okay,
sorry. Diamonds
Great.
are
I
lucky.
don't need to come up with anything. So if diamonds are one of your lucky suits, you just kind of come down and just sort of, oh, what is this? Smash. And again, cracks right down the middle. The milk stops flowing. It actually like turns to a weird white powder instantly, and there is a kind of you all kind of maybe psychically feel a wail of pain coming out from the direction of the ocean in your mind. So something's not happy about that.
Oh, this is why I do not have milk in my cereal, mates. It's this
Whales are
exact-
large mammals.
This exact reason. Yes, WT,
exact
they
reason.
are.
All right, you you rush yourself downstairs, get back on the old Mary post.
Yeah.
All right, start it back up. Obviously, you got the keys. What's the plan exactly? You're just driving towards the light.
Hang in there,
trying to-
Bowlesworth.
Actually,
yeah, you've got
out
2
of-
different boats you can chase, but they're kind of going in the same direction.
out of curiosity,
Yeah.
just is there like a large bird perched anywhere at the top of the lighthouse?
A large bird. If this is a reference, I don't
It's
get
not
it.
a reference. I'm just wondering if there's a large bird. Like, is there just for
Because
some
we,
for any
weasels,
reason whatsoever?
weasels will fly on birds before
Oh.
devouring.
Okay, so this is a luck of the draw situation. We're just going to
Yes.
draw this card, and we're going to see how the suit or the face card is for you.
Okay.
Clubs. Good to get this 8 out of the way, though. Clubs lucky or not lucky for you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Oh
so
no,
there's
the bird
bird.
eats you.
It's not that. It's raining too much. Just all the birds have stopped flying for. I guess.
Of course. All right. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Even though they would be seabirds, but still, there's no easy bird. Even it's the sort of thing where I probably shouldn't have left it up to chance because I also like it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Fango can fly.
Ooh, that's right. You have a vampire, and while
So,
vampires,
well,
you've only been
obviously-
kind of floating for now, but maybe you could.
what I was thinking is we could go after both boats that way.
Oh, split the party?
Yeah, split the
I
party.
love splitting the party. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Um,
Patrick. I approve of this plan.
Well, because I mean, it's like the old cereal where you had the Mario cereal and the Zelda cereal in the same box.
All right,
So
let's
you
see.
can you can have 2 great adventures that taste great together.
Have we pulled any tins yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
yeah.
there. Well,
I
no,
took
no.
2 out of the deck.
There's 3
No.
in the discard pile now.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
great. Yeah, okay.
So that's good. Okay, so let's say, all right, so Fango, you've been kind of again just sort of floating for now, but maybe you can sort of muster up some vampire strength and launch yourself out. Taking the weasel with you. Do you want to take anybody?
Yeah,
else
yeah.
with you?
I'm gonna take
someone-
Weasel with me.
someone small like a trumpet, so we can split the party evenly.
Sure. Yeah.
Fair
I'll just shove my fist into his mouth. I
Fango
guess, and grab him.
officially has the best and smartest group with him.
It's a vampire, a talking instrument, and an oversized weasel. This is gonna be great.
It's great.
This can go badly.
Gilbert, I'm also going to let you know that this is technically going to be a change of scene. So thanks to your critical success in tooting, you have your tutor no longer hurts.
Oh
And I will
boy,
not get tired of talking about your tutor.
my tutor's ready to be.
Your tutor's
How-
fine now.
Yeah.
How about some toots in the chat for that, huh?
Toot toots.
Dudes.
Oh.
All right, so we've got Fango, WT, and Fruit Toots launching themselves off. So we'll resolve that, and the 3 of you are going to take the boat to the other side. Who Fango? You since you're first in just deciding this. Which boat are you going after? The boat with Princess Pop or the boat with Bullsworth?
Bullsworth.
All right, no one likes Princess Pop. Okay, so let's draw on your snap to see basically how well you get there. You're going to get there because it's more interesting for you to land. Do you land on the back of the boat or the front of the boat? Do you get some sort of benefit for taking them by surprise? That sort of thing, right? Do you want to do anything to this draw before I draw it?
Yeah, I want to. Let's see. First, I want to use the mini binoculars.
Look at that top card. Here we go. Ooh, it's the 10 of hearts. You don't want that.
No.
All those 10s rose to the top like delicious cream.
Okay, I'm going to use a whistle.
Whistle.
I'm going to remove the, I guess, 10 of hearts and the
Oh,
10,
yeah.
I mean, I know that the other 3
The other 2
suits
are gone. So we can just throw that 10 in the discard pile.
So just on the back of this vampire, WT just like blows a whistle like right behind his head. I don't know why I did that.
And whistles and trumpets.
Yeah, and I'm going to use one of my. Can you only use 1 prize per turn, or can I just?
No, you can.
Can I use my? I have a $5 bonus, so I can get a thing back. I'm going to use my mini binoculars again.
Let's take a look at the next card. Ooh, it's a Joker.
Okay.
But we have a couple bike reflectors in the party. You know that much. So
Yeah.
And we don't want to reshuffle. I still
Yeah.
have 1 to use.
Wait,
Am I
isn't this
there
the
to
second
use it?
Joker?
No, it's me. It's me.
I
to
reshuffled it at one point.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The position of the characters doesn't matter of these particular prize abilities.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I mean,
These are
all
meta
story together.
abilities.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to use a $5 bonus to reactivate my bike reflector.
Well, I have one too. That's what I
Okay.
was saying.
Oh, okay. I see.
I haven't used it yet.
Do you want to? Because I mean, do you want to go ahead? Because I'd say we draw this Joker. You use your bike reflector. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Blue. It gets shuffled back in, so we're gonna have a nice shuffle. This is always the most time-consuming part of a game like this.
But we enjoy hearing the card shuffle.
Cards.
Here's a
It's a
nice
good
shuffle. It's a
sound.
good shuffle. Hey, don't forget to
Go
enter
down
into the
smooth.
raffle to own your own deck of these. And if you don't win the
Yes.
raffle, hit me up because Patrick sent me so many of them.
Yeah, I was about to say, you either have to win it here at Crittercon 5 through random drawings, and we have 8 of those for those, or you have to drive to Jason's house and ask him very nicely. Or I guess, yeah.
Worst
I do have to
case
send some to
scenario,
my
you donated
playtester.
to Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah, exactly.
It's $3 for a ticket to get a chance, and right now I think everyone that's bought a ticket will get a copy. So yeah, very good
Hey.
odds.
Got very good odds.
And yeah, we'll send it out to you. Comes with the.
And I have to give. Yeah, Patrick.
Oh, I was just gonna say it has the printed rules and a deck of cards with the.
I was just to point out, I
cover.
don't have it handy to show on camera, but the back page of the printed rulebook is a cutout where you can make a tiny cereal box of your own. That has the
That.
it has
Which
the,
is
that has
so
the
cool.
thing on there.
Which
It
is
has a
rad.
jumble. It has a there it goes. It has a jumble on the back and a character sheet, a tiny character sheet.
That's awesome.
It also
So
has
good.
a recipe for Gum Yum crispy bars, which are Rice Krispie bars with bubblegum in them. Do not make that recipe, but it should work. But don't do it anyway.
Accept it.
And well, it's just basically the same recipe as any Rice Krispie treat. It just has chopped up gum in it. All right, are we ready for this draw?
Yeah, I want
Alrighty.
to. I want to reuse. I want to use another $5 donation
boy.
and mini binocular that up again.
All right, here we go. It's the 3 of hearts.
Okay, hearts are my
Is it a lucky suit for you?
yes.
Even if it isn't, it's still a success. All right, do you grab these 2? You zoop your way across the waves. Rain is lashing on your face. There's another flash of lightning, and you land yourself in a basically maybe on top of the wheelhouse of the boat, right? Just behind the mayor. No, sorry, the mayor's on the other boat. The 2 that are holding Bolesworth hostage, and you can actually see that Azenith is there as well. Now the other team actual boat. Captain, you're the one driving this thing. How do you want to? You want to get yourself pedal to the
That's
so-called
what
metal
O-Dog
and
says.
and drive yourself up and sort of get into a boarding position?
We're just gonna use our momentum and ram the other boat and then launch ourselves onto the other
Okay,
boat.
that sounds great. That sounds great. That sounds like something that you'd want to get the angles just right on. So you probably want to use your crackle.
We.
Okay.
I
You-
would like to spend a 10 to give the captain a double draw.
All right.
Oh,
sounds
thank
good.
you.
There you go. Tyler, if you want to go crazy, you also have a box top and you can spend that at the same time. And this will be a triple draw if you want to go nuts. But you can also save that.
Ooh. I'll save it. I feel like Drew has
Alright.
done enough for me.
Fair enough. 2 of diamonds, 5 of clubs. Both probably successes. Which is the luckier suit?
Both of them are my lucky suit.
Terrific. You didn't need
This
it,
is
but you
my
got it anyway.
game.
This is your game. So yeah, you throw the engine into overdrive, essentially get up cliff. They're not going like super fast; they're just kind of moving out at a normal clip. But you ran and you just come in and crash in such a way that you're the 3 of you are able to leap. At some point, I guess you throw a rope around the wheel or something like that, so you can time
Yeah.
it just right. Leap, and there is Princess Pop being held and the good old Mayor Milch. Just turns out they're going to notice you're coming. You crash the boat into the boat. And
Yeah.
Mayor Milch says, "It's far too late to try to stop us. Yeah, Sogyagoth rises," and he points towards the bay. and this looming shape rises up from the water. And good Lord, look at this. This is what you get when you go to Wombo and you type Milk Cthulhu into a AI page generator.
Wow.
And indeed, it is sort of
It looks really good.
Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
I really like it. It is a thing that is kind of milky white skin. The sort of milk is kind of pouring off as well, but it's got like clearly an underwater creature of some kind because it's got a number of crazy tentacles, and it is, the size of a building, right? It's looming up out of the sea. The boats may rock, but you guys are not like up on it yet. You're still a small distance away, but the boats are heading towards it, and the mayor shouts, with these sacrifices, Sog Yogoth will cover the world in his milk, rendering all cereals soggy for the rest of time.
Mayor, you failed to take into account one thing. That be that milk has a shelf life. We're here to stop you.
Good comeback.
Odog would like to talk to Princess Pop.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Princess Pop, you have been hitching our side the entire adventure so far. Are you with us or against us?
Just bleep and save me. I'll do whatever.
You got it.
And you hear her mutter under her breath, bleep it, idiot.
Sticks and stones,
better have my luggage.
friend. Sticks and stones. Yeah, so Odog is gonna try to free her.
Okay, there's like another one of these milk cultists, whatever you want to call them, milk beings, holding her sort of in her holding her tiny wings as almost like a butterfly he's about to rip in half.
Can I pounce on it?
Yeah, the two of you can kind of like come do a pincer move if you like. Yeah, the three of you you're on the same boat as.
Yeah, we're on the same boat, so yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to draw first? Let's say.
Can I spend another 5 to use those mini binoculars?
Sure thing.
I think we should ban the binoculars.
We got the donations, Tyler.
We got the donations.
There's a lot of binocular
this is a unique
spam.
situation. This is a unique situation. You normally can't do this so much.
Yes, exactly. This is like Queen of Diamonds. This is like getting a hero point every 2 minutes in 7 years.
Exactly.
Queen of Diamonds.
You said a line of in-character dialogue. Have a hero point.
Well, Drew, upon that, you do have 2 box tops, which allow you to double draw.
Well, I was gonna say because Maya was going to be the one to
Fair
lead.
enough. Yeah, this Queen of Diamonds good for you, Rebecca?
No.
All right.
Then let's.
It's still on top of the deck, so
let's use a box top to double.
All right.
Whoa! We got something else you want to do?
Thinking. Could I use my X-ray specs again?
sure. If you want to, if you have the donation,
Yeah,
to
I've got a
refresh that or
donation.
whatever.
I've
Yeah.
only used them once, so.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look. Queen of Diamonds, 3 of Spades, King of Spades. 3 of Spades is good. It's a success, but it won't be a great success. I don't
Yeah,
know how King of Spades is gonna
neither
do.
of those face cards are good for me. Are they good for you? No. All right, let's
You can
get
still get rid of one of them.
Yeah, let's get rid of the King of Spades.
I wish you wouldn't.
Queen of
Okay,
Diamonds.
you can talk. Yeah, the table talk like that is fine.
Sure.
Great. Yeah, because Tyler's a big Sting fan, so he really needed to have the King of Spades in there.
I do.
All right, but who's gonna make a draw here? We're
I'm
still on
gonna
Drew's
double draw. I'm gonna use my box top to double draw.
Okay, I don't have a box. I think did you get 2 of them? Didn't you
Oh,
use a
maybe I
box top
didn't.
a while back?
Can I use my donation for a box for a double draw?
Yes, of course.
I'll do that.
All right, here we go.
Very good.
All right. King of Spades and 2 of Clubs. That 2 probably ain't too bad.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's use that
Alright.
2. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
Okay, you're already probably from the momentum of the boat moving forward. Do you go like full cat as you?
Oh yeah.
Or you,
Oh yeah. She like
okay.
got
So
back
you're
on
kind
her
of on
haunches
fours.
and she's going. Yeah.
You know, like all fours to move forward real fast and leap at this figure. As the two of you sort of you kind of tackle each other. He does not sort of explode into milk like all the other previous ones have. And you and this milk guy and Princess Pop kind of go almost over. They're about to go over the edge of the front of the boat. The three of you is one big tumble. Yes.
Can
True.
Snap try to, or excuse me, can O-Dog try to use his Snap
Yes.
to grab them before they go into the water?
Of course. Do you want to spend one of your box tops?
Yes, I do.
Might as well get a double draw. Because 3 of spades, good, probably not enough, but 5 of hearts might be even better.
5 of hearts is going to be spectacular because
Spectacular,
hearts are
so,
one of
yeah.
my lucky charms.
You've only got 2 hands, so you're going to have to choose between the 3 of them which one goes overboard. Maya, Princess Pop, or the evil milk being? It's a tough choice, I know.
I know I'm going to grab Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure I'm going to grab Princess Pop.
All right, fair enough.
I'd love it if you chose the milk being and just let that
So,
swearing butterfly get lost in the sea. Oh man.
Yeah, so you reach out and you grab both of them. This thing tumbles into the sea and kind of like hits the, it's not that far, but it definitely like hits the waves really hard and immediately kind of like dissolves into a puddle of milk mixed in with the seawater.
High
go back.
tide, bro.
There you go.
Nice.
Gotta have a life. Let's go to the other side, the other boat. What are the 3 of you all doing?
We're gonna take Bullsworth. We're gonna save him.
All right, he's got two milk goons on him.
Okay.
Holding
When
him down.
when we land on the boat, can one of us land on one goon and the other one of us land on the other?
You want to drop someone?
Yeah,
on?
just like
basically.
just drop
us both
like
on there.
Yeah.
I would imagine the weasel would like just leap off my shoulder and attack one guy as I land on the other with toots.
I think maybe my bell goes over the other one's head.
Yeah,
I like that.
Actually, when we land, WT bites you in the back of the neck, Miles.
At which point just grabs WT on the scruff of the neck, bares his fangs, and then just drops him.
There you
He
go.
hits the ground
So
and
that's
goes,
what that feels like. Oh.
Weasels have been known to land on the back of a bird and go for a quick flight before killing the bird as prey.
Am I a bird?
It's instinct. I'm sorry.
Jibber, what you got? You want to do a quick draw to see if you can?
Oh yeah,
land on one of these guys?
I want to try to angle myself.
Yeah,
and
I want
land
to see
on
if
his head
Toots can get on that.
and block his vision and surprise him.
Do you want to use your pop?
I want to use my pop, and I want to use my good card, my lucky ducky.
Oh, your King of Hearts
That's the one.
for a double draw. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Your box top for a double draw. All right. We got you. 6 of spades and a Jack of diamonds. If I recall.
Jack of Diamonds.
pretty good
That's
for
my
you.
boy. That's my boy.
Your boy there. Spend a box top to get a box top. And a critical success, of course. As you just sort of land on this thing's basic shape of a head. And it actually just sort of like collapses into the neck. And to the point, where the head just kind of disappears.
Oh
And
no.
you're its head now. It's kind of like you on his shoulders, and it's kind of like it's
This
definitely let go of
isn't
Bullsworth.
anyone's idea of a good day. Oh no.
You can probably leap off it, but you're not stuck there or anything. But he's like trying to like grab at you blindly in a weird sort of like a skeleton when it loses its head. It's like, what's happening?
Right.
But he definitely lets go of Bullsworth. But there's another one holding on to Bullsworth, and I believe we dropped the weasel on that one. Until we want to just make that draw. So, Seth, how are you? Like, are you just quickly leaping forward to just sort of try to take this guy, pull him off Bullsworth?
Yeah, well, no, he's going to try to bite him in the back of the neck.
Oh, there's another bite of the back neck. That's fair.
Weasels kill their prey by biting the back of its neck.
Ooh, that's why you get so dark. You got a box top. Do you want to spend it?
That one
Or do
didn't show up
anything
on any boxes.
No, but you have a box top card. You want to spend it for this draw, double draw?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. 9 of hearts, probably not good, but 4 of spades, at least.
What are we using for this? Which stat?
Oh, I think we're gonna use snap. Yeah. So you're doing it fast, unless you want to do a different stat.
No, I mean I can do snap. 4 would be good.
Okay, so 4 is a spades. It's not gonna be lucky for you. It's not a full success. So what we'll say is that you leap onto the back of this thing and you sink your teeth into it, and it is a salty, milky flavor that sort of flows across your tongue, and then you feel someone grabbing you from behind as well, and it is you turn and you look and you see Azeneth. Her eyes now just sort of like she's still got the bags and the redness in her eyes, but she's definitely got a look of just sort of hatred and anger towards you, and she says, she's like, "You filthy animal! Don't you know what we're trying to do here? You can't stop us. We will succeed. And if it's not going to be Bullsworth, it'll be your mangy hide we feed to Soggy Yuggoth."
Weasels are able to hunt and kill for food when they reach between 5 and 8 weeks of age.
Excellent comeback.
Well, consider yourself as basically 4 weeks old, you feeble thing.
I'm 12 years old.
I got no comeback for that.
I think at this point, Fango would probably grab Wait and just try to chuck her off the boat.
All right. Now that's going to sound a little bit more of a strength check, more of a pop check to me.
I have a pop of 7.
Oh, well, very strong vampire, I suppose. All right.
Yes.
Do you want to do anything to this?
Yeah, I want to use my
pop top.
$30
all right.
one.
Okay. Let's talk about what card you want to draw.
Can I do the Jack of Clubs?
I'm sure that's in our discard pile. Yes, it is. Okay. Blammo. Jack of Clubs, there it is. It's a box top. It's a critical success for you. And yeah, you just grab her from behind and she lets go.
Yo heave-ho.
And you just kind of lift her up over your head and heave her into the she screams as she goes into the drink. These boats are still moving at a pace towards Sogyagoth's rising form. And as you get closer, you just sort of feel yourselves getting an aware, and for lack of a better word, soggy, weak in the knees. It seems that this great old one's presence is detrimental to cereals and cereal mascots, and basically I think I might be tuning into my or using one of my own donations here for whatever comes next.
Oh no.
You've got Bullsworth basically free. WT, you kind of, this guy isn't completely, this milk being isn't completely taken out, I would say, if you wanted to do anything, but as you are, do you all have any other plans besides getting these other mascots free?
No, I mean we're just gonna try to free them and cheese it.
Right. Yeah. I think the idea is maybe to commandeer the boat and then just make southward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the bay.
No sacrifice, no soggy world, right?
So like there's still one of the goons trying to throw Bullsworth over the edge.
No, they were not trying to. He was just holding on to him till they got closer, and he's probably let go, but he's now tussling with you, let's say.
Okay. WT starts like dancing, for the lack of better words, but he like keeps his paws up and like keeps his head focused. He goes, "Weasels will sometimes do a crazy dance that researchers believe may hypnotize its prey, so it's temporarily off guard."
I know exactly what he's trying to say, gang. We need to go after this Sog Yogoth so that we can keep our cereal crispy and good. Because crispiness is next to godliness. Ain't that right, Toots?
Toot toot.
You guys are on different boats.
Yeah, I was like, who's Drew talking to? So he's just like talking to the
The
wind.
boats can be close to one another, but like,
O-Dog speaks very loudly.
yeah. I mean, the boats are not very far apart from one another, but
Very
you know,
loud.
shouting at each other. Seth, did you want to draw? Do you want to actually try to hypnotize this thing?
Yeah,
Or
let's do it.
was that just for
Yeah.
funsies? All right. So
I feel like
What do you wanna
that's
use?
probably going to be a crackle.
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Is that the one you only have one in?
I have 2.
Oh, two. Very nice. Very okay. Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
I'm just
Two.
gonna draw it.
Sure.
Oh no, it's a Joker. Doesn't resolve this, but unless someone bike reflectors, I'm sweeping up everyone's box tops.
Reflector this. Somebody reflector this.
Hold on. Can we use
Yeah,
our
$5.
donations?
$5
Yeah, use a donation.
bike
Mhm,
day.
mhm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fact.
Oh yeah, you guys have a lot of those, don't you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a
Um,
lot actually.
Yeah,
Oh, amazing.
our listeners have been very generous this week.
Extremely.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, listeners, for this.
Thank you, listeners.
Not that, doesn't affect me at all. I love it. I love it when people win. All right. Here we go, Seth. 8 of spades. Not lucky. Yeah. So you're just
can we
gonna do
give him
another
a double
dance.
draw now, or is it too late to do
I-
that?
No, it's
I
too
wouldn't,
long.
considering his crackle is 2.
It's probably not worth it. So it just kind of like essentially kind of swipes at you and kind of wrestles you off to the edge of the boat. Yes. And as you guys are getting closer to the rising form of Sog Yalgoth, you notice there's also something else kind of rising up from the waves. Is this structure of some kind? It's not maybe another small island, but it actually kind of has a stone temple type shape, and the boats are rapidly approaching that. And water's kind of pouring out of it and whatnot. And
How many half pipes are on there?
sadly
can-
none.
Can the captain attempt to assist WT here?
You guys are on different boats. What did you want
I
to do?
know. Well, have we fully taken control of our boat though?
You haven't gone. None of you have gone. You haven't gone to the wheelhouse yet. Maybe that's what everyone else was jumping at the to save Princess Pop. So we don't know what
Yeah.
you've been doing. So do you want to have jumped in there? And there's
Yes.
a non-milk guy there. It's just sort of some normal looking Morbid Myth townsperson. And yeah, no threat there. We'll say if you want to like just shut. He's looking like things are
Sweet.
going bad for him. The mayor there is on your boat though, and he's just kind of like he's gone and actually stood. He's standing at the prow of the boat and he's holding up his cane. He seems to be like, actually, we'll sort of do a little retcon and say that as he does that, that's when the temple kind of rises from the water.
Oh, okay.
But you've got control of the boat.
I want to do one of those cool boat things where you kind of bank really hard one direction and it sends a splash of water that
Ooh.
direction, and that way I kind of throw water over their boat, knowing that
Right.
WT will be okay, but the milk monster may
The milk monster may not.
may not mix well.
Terrific. Is this a crackle? You
If I can,
get the
yes,
waves
that would
right?
be.
Yeah.
I would
So
I would love to.
you can
And I
justify
have
it.
a box top, right? I have a box top.
You do have a box top, yes.
I would like to box top this.
Box top this. Box top this. 2 of hearts and 6 of hearts. Probably both. I mean, the 2 very, very good for you. And I don't know if hearts is one of your.
Yeah, I mean a 6. I'll take the 6, I suppose, and but unfortunately, hearts not one of my
Hearts is
lucky
only
charms.
not one of your lucky charms. So what happens is that you're successful in what you want to do. You splash some water, and it is able to sort of soak the milk monster enough that WT is able to kind of get free. But
Nice.
as you make this turn and kind of you slightly lose control of the boat a little bit. Just just to move things along, what happens is at this point is that you misjudged the distance between where you are and this temple island that's rising up, and you kind of slam the boat into it. You're the boat you originally came in, they sort of crammed into this boat that's way back there. It's probably sinking. This boat now has a hole in its hull as well, and the figure of Sog-Yoggoth is looming above you. The other boat is a little further away, maybe at this point, because the person driving it is just not confused as to what to do. But the people on Tyler's boat are just sort of at this temple thing, right? And indeed, it's made out of this sort of stone that looks like it's been underwater. Obviously, it's a kelp pouring off of it and barnacles and all that. But there is in the center of this sort of temple, sort of Acropolis-looking thing, right, where there's no roof, is just a huge bowl shape that is surprisingly not filled with seawater. And as the boat kind of crashes and Mayor Milch kind of like just barely keeps his footing, he again sort of raises up his cane, and in that bowl a white flame just ignites. And he says, he kind of turns to the boat, turns to a lot of you, and says, "We just need," whatever voice he had, "we just need one of you. We just need one of you." And he reaches out to grab O-Dog because he's the closest.
Whoa, dog. I'm O-Dog. I'm going to jump out of the way.
All right. This close to Sog-Yoggoth, I'm invoking my donation here to call this a soggy double draw. So it's going to be 2 cards.
Oh no, the soggy doggy.
The soggy doggy is doggy's going to get sogged. That doesn't mean you can't counteract me if you want to spend a donation, but let's have fun. Let me just do it anyway. Huh?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
No, yeah, you're not stopping me.
This is for Drew to
dodge out of the way. Yeah. So it's a 7 and an 8. You have to take the 8. That's the highest one, but I don't know what I believe your snap is 8, right?
My snap is 8.
All right.
Wow.
Well, which of these wasted it? Which of these suits is worse for you, hearts or diamonds?
Diamonds is worse.
Okay, so it is the 8 of diamonds that I'm taking. So what you get is a success, but not a full success. What does that mean? What it means is that it turns out that you dodge out of the way, but what the mayor was grabbing for was not you, but Princess Pop. And he is able to kind of like quickly snatch Princess Pop, belying his age, his aged appearance. He's able to snap Princess Pop out of the air, and then he leaps from the boat onto the island.
No, Mayor Milch.
Oh no!
Indeed.
The character that was mean to us the whole time. Oh no!
But if she gets
but
sacrificed,
also soggy
you know what
earth.
it means.
Yeah.
A sog will cover the earth, the likes of which has never been known before. He says, Mayor Milch says, because that line is too good to waste. As he's rushing towards the white flame, and his Princess Pop is kind of struggling with all of her tiny, tiny might.
Once again, can Maya pounce out of the boat and try to tackle him to the ground?
You sure can. Do you want to do anything before I just draw this? This is not soggy because I only got one, unless anyone else donated $10 to me.
Sure, I can donate $10 to you, Jason.
No, don't. I'm not joking.
Don't.
No, it's fine. We're getting close to time anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. Let's just see what happens.
Let's just see what happens. 7.
I will grant Maya double draw.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do that quick. 2 of spades or 7 of diamonds. I don't know which would be better.
7 of diamonds would be great. That would be a critical success.
Well, not a critical, but a full on success.
Sorry, a full success.
A non
bad
mitigated
success.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to leap off the boat, and you tackle him to the ground. Princess Pop is able to sort of leap free, but you're now struggling with this old man on this rocky island, and he's maybe trying. It looks like he's trying to maybe like, oh, it's fine. He says, "Fine, you'll do," and he's trying to roll you closer to the flaming brazier. I almost said brazier. I always have trouble saying brazier, not brazier.
That's a different thing.
That's a different kind of
thing
milk,
entirely.
Jason.
Hey.
I think that might be straight up brazzers at that point.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It is browser.
All right. Does anyone want to do anything else? a while. If we're just gonna focus on
How-
Rebecca's here, struggling with
Oh,
Mayor Milk.
man.
Can we kick the whatever's grabbing Maya to like with a super like action kick?
I'm just picturing them on the ground at this point, kind of rolling about. And it's just it's old man Mayor.
How big? I think maybe the captain would want to race forward and try to snuff out the flame.
Oh, do another splash situation, or just
yeah,
race
or
forward?
or is
throw
my
a bunch of lemons on it.
yeah. I whip
Squeeze a
out my
bunch of
bag
lemons
of
on it.
lemons and I'm like, I'll drown it out in lemons. Whoa! And I try to fill the whole bowl with my lemons.
All
Sorry
right,
to treat
okay.
you so sour.
Yes.
Ah, good one, Drew.
How do you want to do this quickly, smartly,
Uh,
strongly?
Smartly, if I can, I suppose.
Smartly. We'll say that you've got to do it overcoming the Drew, you're okay. Overcoming the sort of psychic sogginess that's coming off of Sog-Yalgoth here. It's kind of like running against the wind or fighting. You're using your mental fortitude to just get in there and just toss a bunch of lemons on the fire. You don't have any box tops, so we just draw on this.
Yeah.
Tyler,
All right, here we
you
go.
got donations, man. You can use donations.
No.
Well, he didn't need it. It's an ace of clubs.
Oh,
Clubs
It's a
are my
success.
lucky suit.
And so you did your bag of lemons and you just dump them into maybe squeezing a couple on the way, but you dump them in the fire and they ignite. But this is not the sacrifice that Sog-Yalgoth was expecting. So indeed, there is a scream as all of Sog-Yalgoth begins to curdle from the juice of the lemons, and it's infused in its massive frame. And then Mayor Milch, he all the fight goes out of him. He's like, no, how dare you? He lets you go. You let him go, and just this clumps of this cottagey cheese situation come raining out of the sky, hitting the boats decks, the stone platform, the temple, which also then just sort of begins to slowly sink back into the sea.
please tell me we don't have a picture of this.
Oh no, I had no idea this was going to happen. I've been improvising since 30 minutes in, by the way. I had a different thing planned, but
the White House wasn't supposed to be it.
No, the lighthouse was meant to be mainly just at the end. Anyway, but you were going to judge an art competition and eat ice cream of weird flavors, but it doesn't matter. This is more exciting and cool. We'll have you guys. I'm going to have everyone. Here's what I'm going to have everyone do. I'm going to have everyone draw. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to make an exciting end here. You guys probably want to get off this island. Maya, Captain, you're the only two on there. Do you want to leave Mayor Milch on the island at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, you sort of just leave
can
him
we
there.
shove it? Can we shove him in a giant like piece of curdled milk and just leave?
Oh yeah, that sort of blops on him and he's like stuck. He's like, get this, I'm stuck. You've got to hop onto the third boat, the one
Bullying is never okay, bro.
The one that WT and Fruit Toots and Fango are on, and then same with you, O-Dog. That boat that the captain crashed into the island is kind of not used. It's kind of half sinking as well. So a lot of you leap onto this other boat and head back towards shore. I take it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As the giant form of Sog-Yalgoth is just crumbling into the sea, splashing down. The waves are kicking up a bit here and there, putting you a little off balance. But I think with that terrific lemon plan, it does look like you have stopped this terrible entity from breaching the world of cereals and making breakfast soggy once again. Somehow, the rain stops. By the way, the lightning stops, and for some reason, it is dawn again. It doesn't feel like you're out in the lighthouse and out on the sea for all that long, but as you pull back into the docks, the sun begins to rise. And as it does, we sort of pan back over to the same sort of a similar sort of sign on this side of the town, sort of actually maybe like greeting boats that says, "Remember, it's always a good morning in Morbid.
Oh.
The end."
Yay!
Yeah. Woof.
So who wins the competition? Like, I mean, obviously,
That was
Maya,
always a
right?
fake. I would just wanted to point out that if you do take the initials of that award, it is basically Gibber, GBBR, which was another thing that I thought was very clever of me to do.
Very
So
good.
I just want to point that out. Thank you all. Thank you for completely making me improvise that.
Well, thank you for
glad.
improvising
That's
it.
really awesome.
Thank you for your
couldn't
awesome
really
input.
tell, so good job there.
And
Yeah.
I have 2 pages of notes. The only that first half were useful. No. I'm okay. Obviously there was going to. I didn't make up Sod Galgoth in the spot. That was always going to be the thing. But yeah, wow. Thank you all for listening and watching us. And I hope you all enjoy. I want to point out, again, this PDF is available for free if you go on my itch.io page, itch.io/HerzWeston, HerzWestn. If you follow me on Twitter, it's a pinned tweet, so you can probably find it there. You can get this game for free. Why not?
Yeah,
It's like
do
12
it.
pages long.
It's
Play
in,
it.
it's in the
looks
chat
great.
right now.
It's in the chat
Yeah.
right now. Thank you.
You can download it right now.
If you're running a game, let's say you're running Starfinder, let's say you're running Pathfinder, let's say you're running anything.
Right.
Do a game within a game. Make your Pathfinder players play this game in their own characters
Oh, I
in
like it.
Pathfinder.
This
Make them think in like 4D and go
bonkers.
download.
Oh, what would Starfinder cereal mascots be?
Oh
wanna know.
yeah,
Skittermanders,
yeah.
some good stuff.
There's
Yeah.
so many, like you could go so many ways with that.
Eopsy and
it-
Bonios.
Yeah.
Space weasel
Yeah.
puffs.
if you're a GM and you like to have kind of complete freedom in how you approach your story, this is a good one to go for. So
Yeah, it's a again light kind of game. And also maybe if you're a program out there who knows anything about Foundry, I'd love to be able to try to make this a Foundry module that you could just give away. All it takes
Would
is
be
to
very
be able to
cool.
program a deck of cards into it and manipulating them. The tricky part is, the card. I think there are decks of cards in there, but the tricky part is pulling this one out, and using this as a counter.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
yeah.
But hit me up. That's all.
Everyone, thanks
Anything
for...
else, Patrick?
No, we've covered everything. Give money
Fair
to
enough.
Doctors Without Borders.
Give
like
money.
you do.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you all
Patrick,
for all your
how much are we up
donations.
to right now?
Oh, we've not cracked 4,000, but we are about at $3,700 so far
Ooh,
for the
wow.
weekend.
Heck yes, keep
So-
it going.
I
Well
think,
done, everybody.
I think where we were at
Thank
this
you.
point last year after our Saturday night stream. So thank you so much. Well, thank all of you for playing, but especially thank you, Jason, for making up a new game.
Yeah,
Always
heck
a pleasure,
yes.
Jason.
Up a
Thank
new
you
game.
so
This one's a
much.
blast.
And GMing for it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna remember last year's Saturday night game. This one is
Oh, that's rude.
Destroyed
Come
it.
on.
No, I remember it, but also
Whimsy
I
was
stopped
fun,
working on
too.
it.
Sunglasses from last year's game on my desk, ready to go.
Hold on.
I'm
thi-
ready
this-
to jump back into the captain at any point.
this game. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna ever.
Hey,
run
I'm
out of-
Torque.
Oh, you've got all your stuff there. Yeah,
remember any of
they're
this.
both a lot of fun, but this one, the characters are just so wild,
These are so weird.
so weird, so wild.
Love it.
Friendly neighborhood case says Skitterbits in the chat. The best.
Mm.
Oh,
friendly way to
skitter
start
bits
your
are
day.
so good. Yeah.
Ew,
Carnivest
Carnivest
meaty
meaty
flakes.
It's gross. That's trim. Trim in the chat. Ugh.
Oh no.
Yeah, guys, thanks for joining us for another Crittercon. That's gonna do it for us tonight. You still have
Yeah, you got some of it's late for some of you. But not for me.
yes, you still have about 18 hours to donate for all the random
Yes.
drawings and things, and we've got games scheduled all day tomorrow. So if you're looking for a game, check out our Discord and/or Warhorn. All right, that's it for tonight. You guys have a good evening, and we'll catch you next time.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye.
Happy
Cereal for
Crittercon.
dinner.
Weasel.